It's the kind of day Calgarians can brag about to the rest of the country when the Chinook winds blow in, and it is a +9 day on this Thursday. As our coverage of the Tim Hortons Brier continues, draw 14, Northern Ontario, undefeated so far, against Newfoundland and Labrador and Brad Gushue. And this is in the 6th. And Gushue, remember, coming off that exciting win, that last shot win over Alberta. He is sharp right now as they pick up the single and they go on to the win. 6-5 the final, handing Northern Ontario their first loss. Team Quebec, Jean-Michel Menard. Team Canada, John Morris, well, not anymore. It was 4 games ago that they made the switch at skip. Pat Simmons taking over, skipping and throwing fourth stones, and he is making shots like this. Team Canada is a new team right now. They have now won 5 straight games and very much in contention. 7-5 the final. 2 other games on the ice. And it was PEI, a win over New Brunswick, and British Columbia by 4 over the still winless Territories. So as we take a look at the table, no more undefeated. Northern Ontario, Newfoundland, Labrador, Team Canada, Saskatchewan. There is your split for the playoff spots. Territories still looking for win number 1. Playoffs, as we know it right now, Northern Ontario, Newfoundland, Labrador. They will be in that 1-2 page playoff. So, the game this morning, a preview of Friday night. Northern Ontario can clinch first place and the last rock if they win their last, or Newfoundland, Labrador lose. Team Canada in at least a tiebreaker, and if you have 5 losses, you're still alive, but you have got to win, and then you're also going to need some help. So, what's coming up on this Thursday afternoon? You'll have your choice again on TSN 1 and 4. It's Manitoba and Ontario, or on 3 and 5. That all-important game, Alberta against Saskatchewan. Your choice, your Brier on Canada's sports leader, TSN.
It's a make or break draw for many this afternoon, including Manitoba at 4-4. Reid Carruthers can't bear another loss and expect to reach the playoffs. With 3 draws remaining, Manitoba needs to make every shot count. It's been a learning experience for the rookies from Ontario. Beginning his week 2-0, Kean was on, but it's been heartache since. The Fenelon Falls foursome has endured 6 straight defeats. Can they play spoiler at the Brier? That stabilizer belongs to Reid Carruthers, and he's part of our feature matchup tonight. Manitoba still with a chance at the playoffs, and the rookies from Ontario trying to play spoiler. Welcome back inside the Saddle Dome. Brad Mudryk joined by 4-time Brier champion Dave Nedwin. Of course, Reid and company very much in it at 4-4. I talked with him just before this game, and he said that being positive has been everything. When they suffered their 4th loss, he said, listen guys, now we have really nothing to lose, so let's start winning. And the one thing that Reid said was that this positive attitude has really been the difference in the run to the playoffs.
Yeah, I've noticed if they want to get into the playoffs this week, they need to continue to ride the momentum. They realized it wasn't a race to the finish, but they've been getting stronger and stronger each game, and particularly because of great shots by Reid Carruthers yesterday. But really where it starts is the front end for Manitoba. They've been playing extremely well and need to continue to do so.
Reid said that game against BC last night was their best game when it came to being positive and having a great attitude. Meantime for Team Ontario, not the Brier they wanted. First time here for Kean and his team. Talked to Scott Howard just moments ago. He said they really believed they could win it all. Not to be this time around. So what do they take from this Brier experience?
Well, they're a very young team, and they're going to take a lot out of this Brier experience. The one thing that really stands out to me is they need to improve their communication. A lot of times we've noticed that the shot that Kean is calling is not necessarily clear to the person throwing. If they can improve the communication, they can limit the points against, because you just can't win giving up 8 points a game.
The game plan brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. So Ontario trying to play spoiler. Meantime, Manitoba very much alive. They are 4-4, but they have to win today in Calgary.
It was a process. I went from being on a team where, I was doing the listening And then now having to step back into the leadership role, it was a bit of a challenge at first with a new team, but the guys have listened and I've made a few shots along the way and we have a lot of fun doing so. At the end of the week, you bare minimum have 3 losses. The less losses, the better, but getting to the playoffs on Sunday and you're down to at least the semifinals, it's just 2 wins away from winning the Brier, and that's what we want to do.
The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for more than 20 years. By M&M Meat Shops, frozen food at its best. And by Scotties, Sponge Towels, Purex, and Cashmere, proud to support the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Welcome back to Calgary. Draw 15, our feature games on TSN. On 1 and 4, Manitoba will take on Ontario. Meantime, on TSN 3 and 5, it's Alberta versus Saskatchewan. So you have your choice right here at the Brier on TSN. As for our feature game, it's time to meet the teams. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Hi, I'm Reid Carruthers, skip of Team Manitoba. At lead, we have Colin Hodgson. Second, Derek Samagalski. Third, Braden Muscoi. And we curl out of the West St. Paul in Winnipeg.
Hi, I'm Mark Kean, skip of Team Ontario. At lead is Scott Gomer Howard. At second, David Splash Mathers. At third, Matt Camberger Cam. And we play out of the Fenland Falls Curling Club.
I think Mark got a kick out of that. Rock colors, Manitoba throwing the red stones. Team Ontario, the yellow stones. A big game for Reid Carruthers and Team Manitoba, coming in with that 4-4 record. It was Reid and his team winning the draw to the button. So they have the hammer here in a crucial game. So to start us off, round robin slowly coming to an end. The lead for Team Ontario is Scott Howard.
Now you talk about how close this field is, Brian, and obviously it's a big game for Manitoba. 4 losses, they don't want to drop to 5. But even right now, 5 losses isn't technically eliminated yet.
Fight the 4. Line's real good.
But I was talking to Reid Carruthers right before the game, and he was saying how confident he feels, and he's felt at times this week that he's missed a few shots to win games, but he felt really confident after making a really great shot to win his game last night. And he's pulled out all the stops. He's got his lucky socks on, and Steve Gould is behind the bench wearing his lucky shirt underneath his jacket. So they've pulled out all the stops for this game.
Lead stones for Manitoba, Colin Hodgson, the Ford Hot Shots winner this year. Really, too, we had a chat with Reid, and that was really the message. He said attitude is everything, and he really liked the way they came out last night. He said even if we missed or were in a bad situation, the guys were getting down. The guys were positive, great comments, and good feedback with each other. And he said if we have any hope of making the playoffs and having a run in the playoffs, we have to stay positive and just keep that mindset.
Yeah, that's the one thing you'll notice historically is that nobody can win an event like this if they're going to be hard on themselves, they're going to be negative, or really focus on the shots they've missed. They need to look ahead and consider themselves a playoff contender and feel really great about the position they're in.
It's lots of room.
Easy.
Back
easy.
forward.
Easy.
Perfect.
No.
Shot. It's a good shot, Scotty.
It's good.
Double. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, firm?
What a great week for Colin Hodgson, too. Winning the truck and now sitting, potentially in a playoff position, but also atop of the lead standings for statistics. He's shooting 94% through the week, which is really amazing.
Firm. Yep. Hard boy. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Ah. No. Yep. No. Whoa. Yep. Roll.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a pretty good example of why.
Very nice. Very good.
Great effort for the rookie on this Manitoba team. All the other members have obviously been here before.
Straight peel.
Yeah, just straight.
Actually, saying that Colin is the top lead, I guess I'm not really being fair to Brian Cochran, who didn't come in yesterday for was it 1 end or 2 ends, and he is shooting 100%. So that's a very good Brier for Brian Cochran.
He even got a Saddle Dome Cochran chant going, so that's pretty cool for him. He was at 1 million provincials in Ontario, made the Brier once, and got a little bit of TV time here in Calgary. And there he is, and you played against him in his 1 Brier appearance, Dave.
Yeah, I did, and we had a terrific game against them. I remember it specifically, and they were a very good team. They were definitely a playoff contender that year. And he was a guy that, for many years, had been knocking on the door to get out of the province, and just, you know, always ran up against Howard or Wernick or Madaw, and finally made his breakthrough.
3. I think we're okay.
2-3. Wait's good. Hard line. Wait's good. Hard line. Hard line, boys. Hard. Hard, Braden. Hard. Okay, clean. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Close calm.
Whoa, whoa,
Gotta sit.
off.
Yeah, you gotta be positive there.
You want to give it a go?
You see it? Sure.
You hear Manitoba talk about the fact that you have to be positive on those guards. And we've seen when you throw it soft, especially coming away from center, and just don't get it right out to the broom, they just take off so fast.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Right to it.
Whoa, shooter.
Go, Scott.
Shooter.
It's not going far. Yep. It's good.
Well, Dave, if you believe in the stats, and we obviously do because we follow them quite a bit, with Hammer so far this week, Manitoba is 3-0 when they start the game, and without Hammer to start the game, Ontario 0-5.
It's easy, buddy.
Roll just a touch.
Yeah, in a 10-in game, it shouldn't really have that much of a difference, but obviously for Manitoba, it gives them the confidence to go early and try and be aggressive and score some points.
Whoa.
Wait.
Clean. Yep. Whoa. Clean.
Should curl long.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Good. Hey.
Throw. Sweet, buddy.
Throw, man.
Thought I threw that pretty hard.
It came down, eh?
That was good, solid.
A little fresh there, eh?
Make the hit roll for now.
I think you make a hit and roll. Yeah.
We gotta stay in house.
Kind of wait.
I think I might curl a hair here.
I was like control.
Yeah, I like that.
Might be able to roll freeze.
Edge of rock.
It should curl, Matt.
Just control.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep.
Hard. Gotta go.
Whoa.
Close.
Hard. Go. Whoa.
Great shot.
Wow.
What a good shot.
Nice roll from Matt
Great
Cam.
shot, Matt. Thanks.
That was actually reminded me of Wayne Madaw with his wow, just the way that he did that. That's the first thing I thought of with the voice.
The little bit of the laugh almost within the whoa.
That was great.
Really nice weight control.
8. Close. 8.
Braden Muscowie,
9. Clean. No.
and he's been to the Brier before, was a third for Brock Virtue in 2012, representing Saskatchewan.
Close. Yep. Hard. Go. Go.
Reid. Go.
That's
Great job, B.
very nice.
Wonderful shot.
Great shot. Sweet podge. Need a straight pick it.
What if I pick the back?
You want to try and hit roll.
Yeah. Well,
Straight pick.
just straight pick. Straight pick it. Yeah.
Yep.
Hard. Right to it.
Hard. Whoa. Should have just called the nose. I think I'm going to throw you
Well, they're
easy,
hoping
guys.
to stay for shot rock, which is why they're saying to straight pick it.
What's that?
It was called the nose hit.
I think edge.
What?
I think edge.
You might
That
curl
comment
though?
you just
I
heard
think
really
so.
speaks to what we talked about off the top of the show. Whereas the shot is called, and they go and play the shot, and then maybe not the result they wanted, and then it was, well, maybe we should have done this instead of maybe talking about it a little bit before calling or executing the shot.
Yeah, and they were playing the straight pick, and Mark Kean was sweeping for the straight pick. What Matt Cam was saying is once it was halfway down, we knew it wasn't a straight pick, let's call for the nose. But there was no chance with that kind of weight that if you call off, it's going to curl up and hit it on the nose. It's just not.
Sorry, guys.
So Mark Kean was still staying for the straight pick and hoping that they could hold it or even back it up a hair.
Either or, I don't know. There with board?
Yeah, what was I? I was bored.
And I think that's a comment, you know, from Matt that's a little bit out of maybe frustration of the week not going quite the way they want. You know, if he really looks at it and thinks about it too, he knows that that wasn't going to stick on nose.
First one. Or your second? No,
What are you trying to throw?
Same kind of weight that you did.
Okay, well, he was control. So
I think board's not bad.
Would have been nice to roll a little bit further.
You can hold it, that's for sure.
I know.
Holy good. Yep. Yep. Hard. Right to it. Hard. Go. Right up. Really hard. Hard.
Mark Kean with his first, and he'll
Matt.
just get that redstone to go, losing the shooter.
Really went.
Edge of button.
As long as he can't hit and roll with the shot, right?
No.
So I think
Like here is the perfect spot, I think, Reid.
yeah, I think so too, man. That's real good.
Yeah, I like that.
Colin threw a couple over this.
Yeah, I think you're going to be 14-5 for speed.
Okay.
Just took a weird. That one really curled. Wow.
14-5 to go top 8-ish.
Which intern?
Intern, yeah. Your corner weight.
Yeah, the speed's pretty
You can
good.
see where
It's curled
Braden
a lot.
wants the
Speed's
rock. They're
actually
hoping to
nice
keep
here,
it
curls
top 8 near the tee line, make the double almost impossible.
Level these, or are we trying to go high?
Higher.
Okay.
So it's jammable.
Okay.
About 45 degrees kind of thing.
Level's fine.
Okay. Speed's nice here, Reid. My guards look good.
Okay.
And the nice thing is if they throw the intern draw
5-6. 5-6.
into the top 8,
I think we're 6 now.
it won't even allow Ontario to play the hit and roll into the middle because potentially it might jam on that red rock that's just out of the rings.
There right now, Darren.
Well, that rock settles, Dave. Let's have a live look. New Brunswick taking on BC. And if you believe that you can still get in with 5 losses, well, then this is a big game for Jim Cotter. In the meantime, Jeremy Mallet, his final stone on the way. He needs to hold that shooter. Doesn't want to roll it out. Jim is on the brush, and the red will go. And let's have a look. It looks to be a steal of 1 for British Columbia. So 1 on the board for Jim Cotter. He was the Brier finalist last year. 1-0 advantage after 1.
Yeah, and on our sheet you can see where Reid Carruthers' rock stopped, and it makes it impossible for Ontario now to play the hit and roll in front of the one that's in the back 8-foot. Because there is a potential it could jam on the one that's just outside of the rings. So there's no choice for Ontario but to hit the shot rock and basically concede a shot for 2.
Kind of wait, Mark.
Normal.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So Mark Kean, his final stone here in 1.
Good.
And he'll bang it on the nose. So good start for Reid Carruthers coming in with that 4-4 record.
Try and throw just
He's
easy.
got the hit for 2.
It'll be good.
Good bump.
Okay.
Almost easy. You threw this time.
Mine
Yeah, it curled a bit.
but
You set it a bit, but
yeah,
it curled nice.
it did, yeah. It's a little pressure, just a bit.
Throw it, buddy. See now?
Just trying to think the last skip that I saw using that
Solid
crutch.
Clean.
And the guy to my right in the broadcast booth, I recall you using that piece of equipment quite a bit in your career.
Yeah, something similar to that one anyways.
Clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Good, good, good.
What did you
good.
call
Sorry,
yours?
Baby Reid.
Mine was a stabilizer. It was actually made by Earl Morse.
Okay, well, stable shot from Reid Carruthers on the nose and 2 on the board for Manitoba here in Calgary. This is always a great battle. Battle of Western Canada, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and really, the way you look at it in the standings, a must-win game certainly for Alberta, coming in with 4 losses. And the final stone on the way here, Dave, from Kevin Cooey.
Yeah, it was a good end by both teams, and Kevin Cooey's left with an in-turn draw for a single point, so a nice way to start the game. Needs full forefoot.
This team's certainly one of the favorites when the Brier started here in Calgary. Smart Kennedy, Ben Hebert have a little bit of backing, and they can use it, and they will. So that is a single on the board, and we will keep you up to date on that one. So we'll be scoreboard watching a lot, Dave. Obviously watching the standings. We know this. It will be Northern Ontario and Newfoundland Labrador playing in that 1-2 page playoff game. We still don't know, though, the #1 seed. Meantime, Team Canada at 7-3. That win this morning. They get at least a tiebreaker, and everything else is very much still up in the air. So obviously this is the final full day of round robin play, and the round robin will conclude Friday morning. So tiebreakers, possibly. Top 4 make the playoffs. Looking forward to a great finish here at the Saddledome. Back to our feature game. Manitoba, a 2-0 lead over Ontario. It was Reid Carruthers. They hit the stick for 2 in the first. So now it is Team Ontario throwing the Yellowstones with Hammer here in 2.
Yeah, it's hard. Right to it. Real hard. Right to it. Right to it. You gotta get real
Manitoba
hard.
with a rock on top button and a tight center guard in front of it, so Ontario trying to draw down and freeze to it.
What do you want me to throw, B?
15.
We don't know on this side.
15's good. 15's good.
15's
good, yeah.
Tight guard's not terrible, I guess, right?
15. Give us a 15, bud.
Okay.
Got all that.
I don't want a little light.
Be good then.
Mine's good. 5. Yep.
Derek Samagalski.
6.
Yep.
Don't want to.
Right now.
And Derek was
Whoa!
lead for Rob Fowler in 2012, representing Manitoba.
Hey, wait to be close, guys.
Yeah, we're really close.
Clean.
Yep, a little bit.
Clean. Yep.
A little bit, Frank.
Whoa.
We're there.
Perfect. Good.
Great shot.
Another great shot.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to stay down on it.
And Dave, both these teams out of the playoff picture, but obviously a lot of pride representing their
You don't like this freeze again?
provinces and territory. 2-0 PEI leads there in the second, and it's Jamie Cooey with Hammer.
Yeah, you're right. I know that they're out of the playoff picture, and the weeks didn't go quite the way they anticipated. But for somebody like Jamie Cooey, who's such a competitor and has been here a lot of times, it's important to him to win and do his best in every game. So you know he's going to come out here and give PI a good run.
Oh, that's a great run right there. Lovely run back as David Mathers comes through, and just that one stone in the house now, top 4 belonging to Ontario.
Yeah. Solid bump.
Very nice. Great shot.
Deep, solid bump, guys.
Yeah,
You like that?
I do, yeah. For
Okay,
solid
this might
bump.
curl a bit, right?
It will curl, yeah. That's good ice.
Okay.
Solid bump.
Okay.
Just bump.
Just bump.
Clean.
Easy.
Whoa. Close.
Whoa!
Bumps. Close. Yep.
Yep!
Yep. Whoa.
Yep!
Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Reid, what did you get on Derek's first time?
Oh, try to anticipate it. You roll big here, it's good.
Forward.
Rolling big's good. I was thinking more.
Yeah, I was thinking more.
So David can see about a half stone or maybe a little bit less
Weight's
from
good.
the hack.
Yep.
Yeah, hack weight.
Close. Whoa. Weight's really good. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
We're going to try and roll behind the corner guard.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Good shot. Perfect.
And that's really where Ontario wants to bring the play anyways, is around the corner guards. So if they need to, they obviously leave the forefoot in towards the middle open for Mark Kean on the last shot.
Okay.
A little soft, maybe. No bump. It's good. It's good. Yep. Yes. Hard. 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 Right up. Right up. Right up. No roll. No roll.
Shot beat.
Oh, great brushing the whole way down.
Good punch. Held that pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
It's no faster. No.
I think normal.
Hard. 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 Right up. Right up. Right up. No roll. No roll.
Shot beat.
I think you're there.
Weight's there.
Easy.
You gotta stay close to the line.
Mine's it looks real close.
Yep.
Don't want it.
Yes.
Don't want
Okay.
it.
Hard.
Mine's good.
Room. Close. Yeah. We're there. Room.
So the nice thing for Ontario is
Small
that
bump.
the
Close.
Manitoba
Close.
stone is obviously
Small
behind the
bump.
tee
No.
line, which allows
Clean.
them to
Clean.
freeze on it and be
Small
shot
bump. Clean
rock,
it.
making it very difficult for Manitoba to do much with it.
Shot, Matt. Or run it. I like freeze.
Got 14 and a half. With the bump.
Now with a small bump by Ontario, now Manitoba actually can move it a few inches, sit in front of it, and be shot.
Where? 8. Clean.
No, right off.
No, line's good. Yeah.
Much.
Yes. Where's the weight?
7.
8.
Hard.
Yeah.
Little bounce.
Yeah.
8, 9. 8, 9.
9. Close.
They don't mind the bump, they just want to have the right angle.
Off. I have no idea where the weight was.
Well, you're saying 8.
You're saying 7, 8.
Just gotta communicate that better.
Well, he said 8.
You said 7.
We said 7, then we went 8, 9, and
We're trying a couple feet.
They can hear.
I think Colin was saying 8 almost all the way down, so that's behind the tee line. Sometimes it is noisy out there, though, and you know, we can obviously hear it clear because they're wearing microphones, but down a nice level, if there's someone yelling on the sheet next to you or the crowd being noisy, it is difficult to hear those.
We called the one game and they were yelling never, and the boys pounded it. I thought they were saying hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the communication's key in a big building.
Good shot, Matt.
Shot. Great shot. No good, boys.
Pretty good.
Hey? Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Kind of weight though.
Hack. He had lots of room by the guard. That's good, buddy. If you've got enough, you could try this too. Hit
Yeah, I
3/4.
I think we have to do that.
If you have 3/4,
I see it all.
hey?
Just edge on edge. Just
Oh, so like just firm,
yeah.
unhitch, kill that.
Even nose. With
Nose
that.
is good.
Yeah, I think nose is the call. A little less.
Now the red one's the one that's really causing them problems in the back, so they're thinking if they can throw a control hit on this or a firm hit, as Reid just said, they can eliminate the top rock but also eliminate the back red one. The challenge obviously is that you can't afford to be wide or you jam, and if you're at all tight, you hit the guard.
No. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Nothing yet for Reid Carruthers by the guard.
Roll it. Yeah.
And he gets the young yellow going.
Make sure we got this.
Nice shot, Reid.
hard for me to take those rolls.
Good job,
And
buddy. I had to make sure we got that, right? Couldn't jam it.
Where's my ice for mine?
That was a really difficult shot.
Is that close? Where did I go? I hit here. I hit this one.
It was here, wasn't it?
You can see the ring.
Was it
You can see the ring of the rock.
Piece?
No, it's that one.
Yeah, yours was a hair off nose, so you just rolled.
And
it
you got here, right?
Hair, so you're.
I think you're right.
Close
Yeah,
to this.
I like that. I
like
threw
right
about hack.
there.
Eh?
You like hack then?
I was pretty close to hack, I think.
I like hack. We can sweep it.
Okay. Nice shot, Reid.
Wait, Mark.
Was Matt hack?
Matt was probably hack, yeah.
Okay.
Matt, yeah, Matt was hack.
Okay.
Rolling Dave's way?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I give enough ice that you guys can sweep it and hold it.
So a great opportunity for Ontario if they can throw just a quiet hit, probably hack weight, get a bit of an inside roll
Hack
behind the
should be
corner
perfect.
guard.
Hack weight, Mark.
Speed's good here?
Yeah.
Potentially set up 3. They don't want to overroll though, or they will leave Reid the intern freeze to take the end away.
Pretty. No, weight's okay. Little firm. Little up. Close. Oh. Whoa,
So Mark Kean with his first here in the second.
Yep. Heavy. Hard. Really hard.
And now Howard and Mathers go.
No roll. That's it.
Overrolled a little bit. There might be an outturn double. I'm not sure if they can see it all or not, Brian.
the guard.
Better look from there.
Pretty tough for him to get 3 if I freeze 2, right?
Oh, yeah. If you make it good, he's got to go for 1.
Okay.
You know the speed. It's 15. Yeah, it's 15, buddy.
Yeah. Before a millimeter more.
Yeah.
Double, you only give
So
it
the
2 at
intern
worst,
freeze?
right? You should be able to make contact on
I
one.
like it.
It's 15 here, guys. It's
Okay.
good speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they do
dead
freeze,
T-line,
could they
guys.
play the outturn and come to that yellow
Toss your each.
top 8 and run that back
Yeah.
onto the frozen stone and
good,
get
man.
there too? Is that a way to do it?
Yeah, absolutely, and it depends on how he freezes in the angle. It might leave Ontario with a shot for only 1 if he's frozen basically on the face, because you lose your shooter and the back one, to potentially 3 if he is just a hair short on this.
So do you like the freeze, or where's the perfect spot for this
No,
stone?
I like the freeze. What they want to do
Really
is they want to basically weld it right on the nose of that back yellow one.
10.
10's heavy though.
10.
Close.
10. You
gotta Whoa.
stay close. 10. Yep. 10. Yep.
That looks
10.
real heavy.
Whoa!
It's a rocket. It's
I know. You
crazy
have
heavy.
to get by that, though.
Oh boy.
Tons of room on this here.
Yeah.
Like you get to jam it, you got to hit like here.
Same shot
weight.
that Mark
Same
Kean
thing.
just threw for 3.
That's the same. Same weight.
Okay. Yep. Same thrower. The last one was good hack.
Okay.
Well, Dave, Manitoba
Good
get
hack
to allow
or-
a 3
Hair down.
good hack,
Hair
Mark.
down, you can hold it.
all
Same
week
throw.
long.
Just let Matt know.
Wow.
And not a great time for it, considering the circumstances. Crucial game for Manitoba coming in. 4-4 record. And this young team out of Ontario, Fenland Falls,
Yep. Whoa.
a chance to play spoiler.
Same
Young
way.
team as well. Average age about 25. Sure, we're going to see them again sometime soon at the Brier. Final stone on the way from Mark Kean.
Yeah, it looks good.
And that's a nice little shot from the Brier rookie, Mark Kean. So after giving up 2 in the first, 3 on the board for Ontario and a 1-point lead. Welcome back to our Brier coverage here in Calgary. Update time, second in New Brunswick taking on BC. And this is a big game for Jim Cotter. However, this young skip, Jeremy Mallet, out of New Brunswick, has been very impressive this week, trying to play spoiler. And Jeremy has the draw for 2, just has to find some paint in the rings, and he's got a deuce.
And we talked to Jeremy the other night over dinner, and they're just having a great time here. They realize that they're out of the playoff picture, but they feel so good about the way they've played, but also what they've learned this week. And these are the types of shots that Jeremy just was not missing.
And yes, sir, 2 on the board. So New Brunswick up 2-1 on Jim Cotter after 2. Meantime, this is a big-time game. Alberta 4-4, Saskatchewan 5-3. Kevin Cooey has 2 locked on the button. However, Steve Laycock does have the hammer, and this, the Out-turn draw to get to the button and try and pick up one.
Well, we were talking about Steve's draw weight yesterday junior game, and then it hasn't been as consistent as we've seen in the past. And if he's going to have a playoff run and go deep in the playoffs, these are the types of shots that he's going to need to make.
This exact team was 6-5 last year at the Brier. Laycock, Kirk Myers, Colton Flash, Gallon Myers, stop in time.
There you go, great shot.
That is draw weight. Awesome job. So they're tied up at 1 after 2. And Saskatchewan fans in the building. The great crowds here all week long at the Saddle Dome in Calgary. Calgary Flames on that 7-game road trip. As we bring you back to our feature game between Manitoba and Ontario. And a nice 3 on the board from Mark Kean. Quiet hit and stick for 3. So a 1-point advantage. And Manitoba, Reid Carruthers playing the Red Stones with hammer.
The Ontario Stone just a little bit deep, slightly behind the tee line. So when Ontario threw up the guard, now Manitoba has a chance to freeze on and be shot.
Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line. Hold it. Good. Really good speed. Sorry, I didn't know it was going to curl that much. Okay. Well, yeah.
Pretty good.
Is that a lot of ice or is that good?
No, Colin's just curled pretty big here.
It's close.
Look like it's
You're not heavy. You're not heavy.
I don't think we're light.
You're not heavy.
You got room.
It's close. You're
It's
not
really
heavy.
good. Whoa. No, weight's there. It'll go.
Weight's good. Top 8.
When we can.
Play the weight. Top 8.
Play the weight. Line's good.
Line's good.
Real good. Play the weight.
Line's good.
Line's great. Play the weight.
Hard. Hard, Matt.
Go.
Hard, Matt.
Go, Scotty. Go.
Hard, Scotty. Go.
That's good.
Okay. Any more. I want this.
Another foot of weight, and that would have walked right in behind the guard and sat on the corner of the red one. Still a difficult shot. They can only throw back 12-foot weight to move it.
Back weight tight. Okay.
Reid said before this game that they actually played the team Kean in one of their first events of the year and lost that game. Just saying, Reid said he had a bad first end and really couldn't come back. And despite the record, Reid has a lot of respect for this Ontario team and Mark Kean.
Yeah, they're a great team, and they've been on tour and playing hard all year. Obviously, coming out of Ontario is no small accomplishment.
Oh, they got it by the guard.
Great
Touch it back.
Go, Reid. Go.
Wow.
They're getting a workout both front ends so far this afternoon in Calgary.
We're back, eh?
I don't think we do, Dave.
I guess we were on it.
They're on that from start to finish.
What?
Sweep. Guard. You might have. It's really good sweep.
Like
They go?
Such a
Both of
great
them
feeling
go.
as a sweeper when you go pillar to post on a shot like that and you just get it by and it makes such a difference. I mean, it's so motivating and it just energizes you.
Hair low. Yep.
And David Mathers removing some rocks around the 4.
Yeah, certainly better. It was a good throw. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot they could do to get rid of that middle one.
He just freezes with the.
Can we freeze tap and bounce it?
The unfortunate thing for Ontario is that they left 2 guards up.
What do you guys want me to throw here? I can't throw the same weight.
15. It's been the same speed all game. Got like
That looks really
4,
light.
5.
That looks light.
Yep, line.
No, line's 5.
Hey, line's good.
Line's 5.
5.
It's gonna have to.
Yep. Yep.
Hard, boys. Go, boys.
Hard, boys.
Go, boys.
Hard, boys.
Hard.
Boy, another big brush.
Hard.
And even Reid comes out to try and drag it in, get a piece. Oh, it's short.
Just didn't throw it. Easy, man.
Speed's good, boys, eh?
Yeah, speed's good, Matt.
Normal.
Well, certainly a break for Ontario. Now they can come around that center guard with the Redstone being on the tee or basically behind it. make a good freeze for shot rock.
Line good. Line good.
Lock it on.
Where?
Felt really good. Felt really good,
Good,
guys.
good.
Perfect.
Line good.
Felt really good.
We're there right now. Okay.
Felt real good.
No.
Felt real close. Real close.
Yep. We're there. We're to it.
Felt real good.
Come on. Great shot.
Great shot, Matt.
Very nice.
And also shot stone.
Thought I killed it early for you, but you're being okay.
It's okay.
Well, still a good chance for Manitoba. If they can come down with back 12 for weight and get to nose, they'll change the angle on the back red one, but still leave it in play.
9. 9. Yeah. Hard, boys. Really gonna go. Hard, Colin. You got it. Hard. Hard, Colin. Colin, you gotta go. You really gotta go.
Hodgson,
Hard
some
goal.
Working it
Mikulski,
again.
man, have they had a workout? Oh, and they can't save it that time. Little rub. And it, ooh, looks like it slid out the back. It did.
It's not enough ice.
Gave her all I had, Captain. Okay. Gave her all I had, Captain.
Colin's gone on 3 in a row from pillar to post.
We need more
Look at how
power.
small.
Oh yeah, come on. Probably gotta try and blast it.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Same weight, Matt.
Same weight, Matt.
Definitely later, Dave.
A hair less.
Yeah,
Not much
I agree.
less. Not much less.
Line only. Lots of line.
Line's the exact same.
Play line. Whoa, guys, whoa.
Line's the exact same.
Weight's perfect.
Whoa. Hair wider.
Touch wider.
Nope.
We're there. We're still there.
Line's real good.
No. Whoa. Play line.
Oh.
Oh. No.
Oh.
Here
Whoa,
goes.
whoa.
Play the weight. Play
Make
the
sure
weight.
you lock
Play the
in.
weight.
To it. We're to
Play
it.
the weight.
We're
Yep.
to it.
Yep.
We're to it. We're to it.
Shot real good.
Same shot that Matt Cam threw in his first one, and he puts it perfectly.
You gotta.
Probably normal.
Ideally, Manitoba would love to get a little bit of an inside roll on this.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
That one.
That's good. Go. Good shot.
Nice shot, Pete.
That's good.
That's a great throw.
Changes up the angle of those yellows on the 4.
Shot, man.
Yeah, thanks, boys.
I think so.
Just gonna throw that, but then we should have a hit at it. Right, he's definitely throwing this.
Start rock.
Let's have an update. Dave Neto and New Brunswick taking on BC. And Jim Cotter down 2-1. Jim's playing the Yellowstones. I believe that yellow there in between the reds, I think that is shot. So this looks like a draw for 2.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the best angle for us, but I'm pretty certain that yellow one is shot.
Yeah, that's not bad either. That's not thinking split the center.
Big draw to take the lead again in that game.
Yeah.
Jim Cotter, of course, played with John Morris last year out of BC. He picked up Ryan Kean to play the 3rd position.
Right to the button, guys.
Tyrell Griffith, Rick Swatsky. They're back for another Brier and another try at winning that tankard and a nice draw. So yeah, we were right, Dave. Mark that down somewhere. We were correct at least once this week, so there's 2 on the board.
Well, that probably makes up for some of the mistakes we've made. I'm guessing.
So BC in a must-win situation. Of course, Cotter comes in with that 4-5 record.
Center mark.
So Ontario's got a couple different options. They are playing the guard and protecting the short run back on the red one that's in the top of the 4-foot. They could also draw in with the outturn and freeze into the pocket of the 2 yellows. And we've seen how much curl there is. You know, you can get at least a little bit on the inside of the yellow one to the right-hand side.
4. Yeah, 95-4. Good.
Weight's good.
Line's real good, boys. Line's
Halfway.
good.
Halfway tight.
Light over curl.
Weight's
Stay
good.
close. Just clean
tight.
now. Just clean.
Just tighter than half.
No, just clean.
Just tighter than half.
Can't finish. Can't
Halfway.
finish.
Off.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh. Good.
Oh.
Really, if you get tight to that guard, you're going to hit this. So, damn close, anyways.
Close. Depends on the weight. I think there with hack.
Yeah, just through even. Right?
So they were trying to cover actually 2 shots with that guard. Reid has what he's playing now because the guard overcurled a little bit, which is just
It doesn't matter. We just got to get all the 4 foot.
just back line or back 8-foot weight, roll to the inside and remain shot
You're
lock.
throwing for
But they were
like
also
back 12
protecting
or
the
sweep.
red
We'll
stone
sweep it to half.
Yeah, a little more.
that's in the house from being a simple run back to sit 2.
A little more.
Just like here, wait.
Okay.
Reid Carruthers here at the Brier, his 5th appearance. He beat Mike McEwen in the Manitoba final to get here. Actually beat McEwen twice, and of course had to go through Jeff Stoughton as well. And of course Jeff stepping back from the game and deciding to retire from curling, and Reid and Jeff obviously had that success together in 2011, winning the Brier in a World Championship as well. Reid on the front end.
Clean. Hack, almost. Clean. Yes. Hack. Hack. Hard. Hack. Hack. Whoa. Whoa. Hack. Whoa. 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 Go on the second yellow. No.
Little tap into the pocket, and who shot?
Well, I think yellow's still shot.
Yeah,
Tough one.
I do too.
Tough one, Reid. Good throw, man.
Just a fraction heavier than
That's
he
still
wanted.
tricky. That's all he's got for 2.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't do anything.
Put it here.
Just have to guard. And then you might run.
How do you
that
get
one.
there?
You might run this one.
True. That's the only shot he has.
I think that's the only shot he has for 2. Yeah.
For 2?
I think so.
Oh, he has this one. He just dead stuffs this. Picks him, gets 1. You just got to make contact with the Reds.
For 1.
Yeah.
For 1.
Guard the hole.
Might be there for 2.
Huh?
Yeah.
Take guard. Take guard. Let him run that in if you want.
Well, what are we guarding though, Dave?
You're guarding the
The tap.
What if
yeah,
you go
get
here?
a piece of that. Yeah. You don't have to go in there. Do we?
Huh?
You don't have to go in.
Well, you can't go high because then
Just
he runs.
anywhere here is good.
Okay. Where do you want your ice?
Just a
Oh,
hair
you were
more.
here, and that was there. So.
A bit more. Same weight's probably okay, eh? Same weight?
Yeah, same weight. Pound more. Your last one was 403, so 4 seconds, I guess.
Yeah.
Update time. This one live, by the way, on TSN 3 and 5. Vic, Russ, and Cheryl have the call. If you want to tune in, Alberta taking on Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan playing the Yellowstones. Great battle here. Always great teams out of Alberta and Saskatchewan. And final stone to come here from Kevin Cooey, trying to navigate the port.
And he's got a real quiet weight tap back, so just enough to get it back 12. And if he hairs the Yellowstones in the top 8 weight, he can actually score 2.
So sensitive weight shot.
Now this is all weight.
Relying on his front end. Hebert and Kennedy on and off down the way. Now it breaks. Now they brush. Get it by the red stone. Oh,
great
when
shot.
Big Benny fist pumps, you know it's good. And the crowd, great crowd support here for this team from right here in the Glencoe in Calgary. 3-1 Alberta in basically a must-win situation.
Probably just straight run the red.
You could run the red in there.
That's good. What is it? A big 2/3?
Yeah,
Big half?
big half. So you think like you should curl a touch.
You think so? With normal? Yeah, I think so. I'm kind of thinking of that sheet last night, but this is different. This does curl a bit.
This is moving a bit.
So yeah, I think that's good then.
Okay.
Big half.
Yeah, just normal.
Yeah.
So trying the run here from Edmonton to Calgary.
Yeah, the Ontario Stone guarded up the outturn. There was a difficult outturn tap for Reid. Guarded that up and left Manitoba the run back. A couple different ways to make this. You could either run it right across the face of both red ones, and chip, essentially chip your closer one of the button in for shot rock. Or if you just skinny by the first red one, you can actually make it for 2 points.
Could you throw quiet weight and maybe get the 3, Dave?
Well,
or do you have to kind of keep
it would
weight
be
up?
about as likely as Brad Gushu's shot yesterday to win that game. So yes, it's possible.
Hey, see, that is that world-class analysis I'm looking for, buddy. Final stone, run it in sideways. Can he get a piece? Oh, tough break. He got it moving, but can't get it off the button and the 4. So it is a steal of 1 for Team Ontario as Mark Kean is trying to play spoiler.
Jeff is definitely the guy that should be part of any event in the Stampede. I'm not sure what events are in the Stampede, if there's lip syncing or cowboy songs. You do all of it.
I would probably put Colton Flash in like some calf wrestling events because I think that calf would stand no chance against him.
Well, I think Phil would be pretty good on a bull. He's got a low gravity, so it would be perfect for him.
I'd love to see my teammates as the clowns and just running around and trying to distract the bulls. And it'd be great to see a bull just lift Fry up and toss him as far as humanly possible.
Definitely our second, Brad. He's more the cowboy type, and I think he'd be a good bull rider from seeing him on the electronic bulls and in some of the local establishments.
Braden would be very good at wrestling calves. Colin, I don't think he'd be very good at anything. And Derek, he just likes country music, so I'm sure he'd fit in somewhere.
That's awesome. Hey, well, Colin was good at the Fort Hot Shots. That was great. Of course, we're in Calgary, home of the Calgary Stampede. And for a young guy that grew up in Alberta, got to come down and enjoy Stampede many times. Actually, always falls on my birthday, so Calgary Stampede is always a lot of fun. Lots to do. Welcome back to our feature matchup here. And it's not their first rodeo, not Reid Carruthers anyways. Manitoba, though, trying to battle back here against the Brier rookies. Mark Kean out of Fenland Falls. And a steal of 1 and a 4-2 advantage for Ontario. So Reid throwing the red stones will try battle back here with Hammer.
There might be some offended teammates if they all saw what their skips had to say there.
Yeah, I think Brad Jacobs is going to need Ryan Fry for the playoffs in that 1-2 game. So I don't think they'll be running with the Bulls anytime soon.
Whatever you like. I like the peel.
And lip syncing.
Maybe running with the Red Bulls.
I know.
I kind of like freezing, Mark.
Someone's got to take Brad Gushu to a Calgary Stampede. I don't think he knows what's
He likes the freeze.
cowboy lip syncing.
Maybe if he wins this week, Calgary will invite him back for the Stampede.
That was great. So David Mathers playing the peel and just misses his yellow.
That doesn't count, Matt.
You heard the comment, Dave, way too hard.
burning one,
I mean,
maybe?
does it matter how
Burn
hard
one?
you throw it as long as you make it, or?
Okay.
No. I mean, you can throw, bumper weight on a peel as long as you roll out. I'm not sure actually what he meant by way too much weight.
No, he doesn't want me to put 4, I guess.
I'm guessing it just means more than the skip is probably expecting.
3, right? You gotta make it.
But it's a peel, like you said. Just make it go away.
Didn't add very much. This will probably curl
That's all
hard.
there. That's all there.
Yeah, it looks a lot heavy right now. It's pretty good.
And a lot of times we talk about the broom placement being a guide, and a peel's a good example of that. When the skip puts down the broom for a peel, yeah, he knows that that's probably the right ice for you to hit it where he wants, but at the end of the day, it really is the shooter's responsibility to make that shot. You're hitting it and rolling out. The broom is a guide, and you know how to throw it.
Half rock, Davey. Whoa! Hard on that one. Whoa! Hard on that one. I'm trying to take that yellow.
Be great if you did.
Call Mark. It's close. I'm trying to take that yellow one.
No.
Eric's got the best chance of getting it in there. Oh, for sure. Right to nose, bud.
15?
Just a sliver more weight than the last.
Okay, I threw a little light last time, right? Okay, I'll give you a little more, boys.
I did too, but he added
Clean.
a lot.
Line's good.
I think weight's 4.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Weight's there.
Close. Yep.
Line only.
Whoa.
Weight's good.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
No, what are we? Sorry, guys.
Okay.
My fault.
Just a bit of a missed line call by Reid, and he owned up to it right away. I mean, it looked really good, and we know how hard they finished late. He just miscalled that one here.
What do you think? Heel?
Sure. Yeah. Right on the nose.
Unfortunately for Manitoba, it stopped in pretty much the worst possible spot.
Yep. Hard! Hard! Real hard!
So that Matt Cam.
Wow! Yes! Oh! Losing the shooter's fine.
And Matt Kean as he gets them both to go. Meantime, let's update you. New Brunswick, BC. And Jim Cotter has 3 in the house. And there's a little pocket there for the final stone for Jeremy Mallet. So he has a little bit of backing, but it is a draw against 3. And he's going to need full 4. That'll do it.
Yeah, and you talk about that backing, and that's a common error you see, especially at the junior level, where they see rocks behind the tee line like that, and they think in their mind, okay, I can use that as backing. But you're not icing it for the backing. You're icing it, you're putting the broom in for the cold draw. So if you're heavy, you're missing the backing anyways. You got to be very clear on what shot you're playing, whether it is the straight draw or you're going to use the backing.
Well, one thing that's been clear to me, every time we see an update from Jeremy Mallet, his draw weight has been real good this weekend. There's another example. So he's giving Jim Cotter a real good game. They're tied up at 3 after 4.
Guard.
Sure.
Yep. I guess so. Yep. Or go here, but your call.
Up to you.
I think guard. Like,
I thought just tighter than half on this side.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you want it a little bit tight, Matt.
I don't know what you think, Brian, but it seems to me like the Ontario team is playing a lot looser today than we saw in the previous days.
Well, I had that conversation with Scott Howard before the game, and you could just sense the disappointment, obviously, and they really believed they had a chance to make the playoffs and would have a chance to win this thing, and that's a pretty high expectations for a team being here for the very first time. Average age of 25, but as you said, on tour they've had a lot of success, and Mark told me they've beat a lot of these teams, and so there's not an intimidation factor. And Scott just said, you know what, it's a long week, and we were just missing on the wrong side a lot of times, a couple of communication errors. They didn't feel nervous. They said they felt actually really comfortable, but you know what? Big building. Never played in a building like a Saddle Dome before, and Scott just said, you know what, it's a long week, and we're disappointed, but we're excited that we had the experience, and they really wanted to play well and just enjoy these final few days, these last 2 days of round robin, and take what they can and hopefully come back again.
Well, you know that the next time they come back here, they won't be considered quite as much of an underdog. The experience of being here in Calgary will benefit them tremendously.
Why? Well, he has to guard it perfect. If not, we're running our red in.
Do you think it'll do the same as this other side?
I'm thinking like an inch onto the rock.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Okay. When you get in the hack, let me know if you like that.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I think so too.
Normal. Normal, guys. Normal. Okay. 2/3, 3/4-ish. Okay.
What's that ice look like too? It's kind of aggressive.
That looks like a ton, but for normal?
So at 2/3?
Okay.
2/3?
Tighten it up a hair.
Yeah, give us a chance.
Yeah, you bet.
Close. No. Yep.
No.
Whoa. Yes. 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 Hard. 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 You gotta go. You gotta go.
Scoury runs it back.
Good shot.
Very nice.
Good. Real
they
good.
are shot stone on the button.
Real good.
There seemed to be a little bit of a lack of thought as to exactly where Matt Cam's guard needed to be. If they had swept that a hair more and covered just a portion of the second guard, that run back wasn't there.
You right like this at all?
I like it.
Okay.
Do you mind really soft?
Those are the little details that make
Do you
such
mind
a difference
soft?
in a game.
It's pretty straight.
Yeah.
Rachel Holman ice. What? Rachel Holman ice.
Whoa!
So Skip Stone's here in 4. Mark Kean, his first. Run back is yellow. Oh,
Great
right on
shot.
the nose and Barry. That was great.
Great throw, buddy.
Thanks.
I was like,
So I got
not jumping any of yours ever again.
I'm scared with Hack you're gonna. I think.
Because, well, it's like a third tackle, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So yours
I
curled.
think Mark Kean has a little bit of a different look today,
was
too.
like-
I think he's been wearing
like
his
hair
Ontario
tie.
ball
Or
cap
red.
all week until this game.
Through the hole, Hack.
Okay.
Hack, wait. Right in the nose is good.
Okay.
Found it funny, too, not that I ever curled
Sure, bro.
at any sort of high level, but I could never wear a hat when I curled. I found it bugged me.
I did when I was in juniors, I think, but no, I couldn't wear one now.
Like, do I show off that nice hair? Obviously, Dave, right? I got that TV hair going this week. Looking good. Update time.
I would.
This one's live right now on TSN 3 and 5. Vic, Cheryl, and Russ with the call. And it's Alberta taking on Saskatchewan. And Kevin Cooey, the red stone. So right now he's shot stone on the button. Steve Laycock has one to come. And can he score 2 here, Dave? How does he score 2?
Well, he can. I was just watching the shot by Reid Carruthers on our sheet. Through the hole. What a great shot. But yeah, Steve Laycock's got a very, very sensitive, kind of similar to what we saw last end with Kevin Cooey, that quiet weight, tight to the front guard for 2. Kevin Cooey just rolled there. He was trying to roll just under the guard of hair, but left a small opening for Steve Laycock.
So Saskatchewan looking for win number 6.
Come on.
Got to finish up, avoid the jam through the hole. Shooter's got to stick around, though. And the shooter rolls too far. So just the single for Team Saskatchewan and Steve Laycock out of Saskatoon. And a reminder, you can watch that one live right now on TSN 3 and 5.
Yeah, I'm not sure that shot was there with the kind of weight that he actually threw. He was actually relatively close to the back, or his own back rock, and wasn't anywhere near sticking around.
Yep. Gotta go. Really gotta go.
And they've kind of lost this one.
Yeah, just tight. After a great shot by Reid Carruthers getting through that hole.
Set it back like the first one. There's no rotation.
And another interesting end after Derek Samagalski threw his stones. It wasn't looking great for Team Manitoba. And now an opportunity for 2. Final stone here from Reid Carruthers. Just has to hit, stick around, and we're all tied up. Reid has been really good at these quiet bump shots this week. Says he feels very confident in his game.
Clean. Yep.
Really like the way his team responded last night with a victory. And there it is, 2 on the board for Team Manitoba. So the squad out of the West St. Paul Curling Club, little confidence going. What's that up at 4? Welcome back to Calgary. If Manitoba hopes to make the playoffs, Reid Carruthers has to be sharp, and he certainly was in that last end, Dave.
It's an example of how good Reid is with that quiet weight takeout. He's just throwing bumper, and that's an extremely small hole. But he's got such good control of his weight, so it curls exactly the way that he expects it to.
So this was his first in 4. the bump, and he comes through, and that allowed him to pick up a 2 and tie things up, and that happens to be the key shot. It's brought to you by Scotty's, Canada's favorite brand of facial tissue.
Yeah.
So welcome back to the Saddle Dome and our feature game. Manitoba taking on Ontario. And after a good start by Mark Kean, it's Manitoba battling back. You see the 3 spot, and then a steal, and then a 2 for Reid Carruthers in 4. So we're tied up at 4. And it is Mark Kean out of Ontario, Finland Falls, with the hammer throwing Yellowstones.
Never. Never. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Nice shot, Hodge. You made that nose.
Keys to your truck?
Hey. Hack.
Is it hack, right?
Yeah.
Close the board.
Yep.
Whoa, clean.
Board. Yep.
Clean.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Off, off, off.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
Hard. Clean.
So nice.
Sorry, Colin.
4.
Next time.
Yeah, solid nice.
Next time I'll show you.
Solid nice.
Good bite. We're good.
So the term nice actually comes from when Reid curled with Jeff Stoughton, and Jeff Stoughton used the word nice as what most people use for a control hit.
Right off. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Still
Doesn't
going.
matter what you call it as long as you make it, and on the nose and holds the shooter in the rings.
Can I wait?
I find the hot new curling term that they've been using a lot is edge to edge. I feel that's gaining momentum.
Good board. And what happened to Christmas tree?
Haven't heard that one in a while. Edge to edge
that.
seems to be kind of the winner so far, I believe, this week. Kind of the hot new thing.
Right.
Actually, I think it's been around a while, but using it a lot more, edge to edge. What was your go-to curling cliche?
Oh, that's a good question.
Just easy.
Okay. Easy.
Take your time. We have 5 more ends.
Well, I think it was generally, okay, Dave, they're sitting 5. All you need is piece the button.
Well played.
Wait. Just easy. Clean. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Bump.
Clean. Clean.
Good.
Go, pal.
Straight there. You got a quick throw there.
Throw it
Yeah.
out.
Same weight. Same weight.
Can you roll big?
We'll roll there, B?
I think now we do.
What's that?
Same weight.
10 more.
10 more.
Dave, we talked about this Ontario
more.
team, obviously young and a great future ahead. They've actually only been together for about a year. If you were their coach or maybe someone that they reached out to, what advice would you give this team going forward to improve and be better for another Brier run next year?
Well, I did mention off the top of the show that I think communication is the #1 thing. And it's little things, and it sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm at the end and I think I know what he wants, so I'll throw it. But sometimes you just need to stop and make sure that you're entirely clear on exactly what your skip is asking you. And as a team evolves, this is only the first year for this team being together. That will become more natural. But until you get to the point where you are 100% sure of what your skip is asking, you need to make sure you take time and ask those questions.
Go, boys.
And those are all part of details. And you know, every team here is so good that it's really the small details that separate the ones that will be playing on the weekend from the ones that won't be. And you know, that includes making sure you know if you can move it 6 inches, or it needs to freeze, or you know, the right way to miss, and not necessarily miss, but the positive way to throw a shot. Those are all details that every player on the team needs to know, and not only just the shooter, but the sweepers as well.
Weight's good.
Yep. Whoa, whoa,
Whoa!
You gotta go hard on that.
Nothing yet on Matt Cam's stone. It'll just bump it over and the shooter rolls out.
5 feet. Want to be even?
Yeah, we went pretty good on it. You hit that the whole
Half
way.
floor.
Yeah, good toss, your
I want 5 feet more.
Sure.
Draw to the top 8.
Yeah, I like that.
8 feet more.
That's heavy.
I think it's heavy.
Looks pretty good.
Get off.
Get
It's
off.
heavy.
Look,
It
looks heavy.
It's heavy right now.
Should grind.
I think it's real heavy. Real heavy.
Yeah, you're
No,
right.
it's like through.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Slid hard and gave it more.
I liked his release, but I didn't realize he slid that hard.
Wow.
And a tough one for Braden Muscowie.
Okay.
Might as well try to blank now.
Why?
You heard Colin say he came out a little bit fast, and then just as he was releasing, he gave it a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's a huge break for Ontario.
And that opens the door for Matt Cam.
Whoa! Whoa!
Clean.
Whoa!
Clean.
And Matt makes good with his
Better weight.
second stone.
That's a lot better weight, man. Shot.
Was my first one a hair up?
Exactly. Shouldn't do much here. He's already through that run.
Yeah, so it's curling in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe not here. Yeah, I guess his just kind of ran
This is
straight too,
exactly where he threw it.
right? Yeah, it is. Good.
Good,
Yeah.
nice there.
Yeah,
I think that
like
gives us
that.
a chance.
I like that.
I think that make this perfect roll.
Good, nice weight hit roll.
Yeah. Well, we go top 8. What do they do?
Yeah, well, yeah,
gotta
this
run
is
it.
where I threw a run back.
Dead stick it with force.
Yeah,
Good nice
good night.
ball.
Watch the roll, Hodge. Try to roll to the center.
Yeah, it's better to underroll than overroll.
Okay.
You already hear Ontario talking about what they're going to do, depending on what Reid Carruthers does right now.
Normal.
Solid.
In.
So skip stones here in 5.
Whoa. Yep.
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 Hard.
Whoa. Yep. 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 Hard.
Good try.
And the shooter rolls and settles back 8 wide open.
Throw.
Throw softer.
No.
No, that
That was
Okay.
They're board.
They talked
if we're
about
throwing board,
drawing
go edge
behind
of
the
rock.
center guard,
What's that, sorry?
Go edge of rock if we're throwing board.
but obviously have decided to play the hit and blank the end.
Try to wake here. Board. Just knows it.
Yep. Clean. Clean. Yep. Yep. Hard. Right to it, right to it, right to it, right to it. Good.
Edge.
Drop mark. We'll try and make the roll, Hodge?
Okay, good bump, hit and roll.
Toss here, bud.
In turn, hit and roll behind the guard and see if they can force Ontario to a single.
So Reid Carruthers, his final stone here in 5.
Oh. Whoa. Just me.
Whoa. Whoa.
Just a light clean from
Yep. Yep.
Colin. And can he get that roll? No, on the nose. So it'll be the open blank here for Ontario.
Fine, Reid.
You're straight.
Yeah, good throw. Very well.
Final stone here in 5.
Yep. Clean.
After a pretty clean end, Mark Kean wants to clean things up. Bang half a rock, out goes the shooter. And we are through 5 here in Calgary. All tied up at 4. More to come from Calgary.
The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Ford of Canada. Proud partner with Curling Canada for more than 20 years.
Welcome back to Calgary, Alberta. 10 degrees today in southern Alberta. Amazing weather. Hopefully golf season right around the corner. In the meantime, though, it is curling season. Our feature matchup all locked up at 4. And Kathy Gauthier is with Reid Carruthers.
Reid, you come into this event with so much experience from playing with Jeff. Did you ever have this back against the wall situation before?
You know, with Jeff, we lost some big games too where we had to win out. So it's not an unfamiliar position for even my new team to be in because we did it to ourselves in provincial. So, you know, and we got off to a good start. I was heavy on a draw on 2.
Did you have discussions coming into today to try to keep the boys loose?
Yeah, definitely. That was what it was all about, to be honest. It's like you hit the nail on the head there. For us, if we stay loose, make our shots, and just hopefully in the 10th end, I have a shot to win the game.
We saw you go through a hole here in 4. You seem to be doing that a lot this week. Does that speak to your comfort with the ice?
Yeah, definitely comfortable with the ice. It's been very consistent all week. The only thing that I think that's changed a little bit is just the draw weight. So for me, it's just going to be picking up on that.
Thanks, Reid.
Cheers.
So today, basically a must-win game for Team Manitoba. They come in with that 4-4 record, and this one is all tied up at 4 after 5.
Yeah, and both teams are playing really well. You can see that Ontario with 90% is having a great game, and they came into this game really loose. They look relaxed, they look like they're enjoying it, and I think they want to finish on a strong note. Reid made comment of the difference in draw weight, and this sheet has typically been a little bit slower through the week, but it's quickened up, and they've been caught on it a few times. They've stayed patient. If they can pick up on the draw weight, like Reid said, hopefully he's got a shot to win.
After 5 is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. Mark Kean, the underdog here, but trying to play spoiler. More from Calgary next.
The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. And by M&M Meat Shops, frozen food at its best.
Welcome back to Calgary. The Brotherhood is back and the battle for fish fortune is on. Bigger, bolder gambles, and it's all in a day's work. It's the season premiere of Cold Water Cowboys. Comes your way Tuesday, 10 Eastern, only on Discovery. And of course, we are in Calgary, home to the Calgary Stampede, Cowboy Country. And a blank in 5, Manitoba, Ontario, all locked up at 4. And lead stones are on the way. Ontario throwing the yellow rocks, and this from Scott Howard.
Should collide for
A great first 5 ends by Ontario.
I think you can go, yep.
Gave up 2 in the first end and wrestled the hammer back with a tie game now.
Hold the rim, boys.
All right.
Good, bud.
This is quick now.
It's a lot less.
Well, it's supposed to be.
Okay, I know. Just saying.
Mine's good.
Let it go. Let it curl a little. Whoa, let it curl.
Yeah, got to curl a bit.
If you can hit it a bit, try and kill it. Try and kill it.
Split center. A little bit, Derek.
Go ahead, Derek.
Try and kill it.
A little bit.
Go ahead, Derek.
Come on. A little bit. Yep.
Right over
Good.
it. Right over it. Good. Nice shot, Hodge.
Real nice.
Good job, bud.
I just don't think it's possible to get around.
I think you go here.
I think it is.
We saw Glenn Howard earlier this week, of course, here cheering on his son, Scott. And Scott went with Dad a few times to the Brier as an alternate. Glenn, of course, 15 appearances at the Brier, which is impressive, and was here watching as a spectator for the first time.
And even after all of those times playing in the event, I know that he was like every father would be the first time their son is playing in the Brier. He enjoyed every minute of it, watching and cheering them on and talking to them after the games. He's just having a great time.
Go this way.
I don't mind that.
Like it.
There he is right there.
Speed. I know this should be good, right, boys?
Yeah.
15. Okay.
Not a bad resource either, eh? To be able to give a call to Dad, who happens to be Glenn Howard, and ask him for some advice.
Well, Mark Kean told me that was pretty cool, that before one of their games when they were still in that playoff hunt, that maybe lacking a little bit of confidence, and sent a text to Glenn saying, hey, anything we can do, any advice? And Glenn just texts back saying basically, Mark, you're a great team. Just relax, be yourselves. You guys have the talent, go get them. And Mark said that was huge, just to have a guy like Glenn reach out and gave him that belief, that realization that, hey, we're here for a reason and we're a good team.
Okay. Hair off. You roll to a corner. It's great. Throw it good, bud.
Yep. Whoa! Devers.
What's that?
Make your shots. Don't bother sleeping. That's all about.
Well, you can see the amount of weight that David Mathers threw on that in order to just about get the second red one and still roll the shooter right off to the corner.
Probably got to curl him.
Room.
No, line's fine.
Hey, on
deep.
its own line's fine.
3.
Really don't want to.
Braden, stay close.
It's all on its own, I think.
Line's fine.
We're heavier than 2.
Okay, well then, whoa, right off.
You can hear them saying heavier than 2, so they were looking for a 1, which is a high guard, or a 2 halfway, to make the double peel as difficult as possible, so just a hair deep.
If you play it across that way, you might even get them all.
I like this way.
Meantime, Sheet C, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and this basically, Dave, the end that has never ended. It has been going on literally for about 25 minutes. You see all the rocks in play. Alberta taking on Saskatchewan, Kevin Cooey, the Redstones, and you look at the house, we're at the far end trying to have a peek, but he's definitely shot stone. What do you think he's playing here, Dave?
Well, I think he's playing a quiet weight, nose hit to spin that red one in for 2, possibly 3.
Here comes the house in a play, tap, tap. And it's 1 red.
He actually completely missed the rock that he was trying to hit. It just ran straight on him.
So just a single and a 4-2 advantage for Alberta after all that time in that end. And of course, you can watch that one live right now on our other TSN feeds with Vic, Cheryl, and Russ.
Whoa! On its own now. On its own.
Pretty good.
On its own.
Weight's good.
On its own. It's got to split the line, but it looks like it's
splitting.
there.
It's
Whoa,
splitting.
whoa.
Shot B.
Very nice.
Good shot.
Pat.
It's dead perfect.
Go for it.
Well, not that we've had an opportunity to watch all of Alberta games by any means, but if there's one shot that stuck out to me from Kevin Cooey that he struggled with this week, and it's typically a bread and butter shot as an intern hit, he's missed wide a bunch of times on that one.
What turn, Mark?
I like
Should be
your
good.
out.
Give it
I
there.
like your out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Matt Cam.
It's backing out.
And drives it through.
That's 3 times they've tried the double peel and missed it just a wide 3 times.
Yeah, it's good speed. Speed's good. I just threw mine hard.
Somewhere between my 2 last time.
Yeah,
Yeah, right in the middle of those would be perfect. So I'd like to touch the button. I'd like to make it like a good skill point.
Braden's talking about his weight, somewhere in between the 2 he threw last end, which was a guard, and then almost to the hacks.
Close.
Trying to get top button.
Close. There, so it should be good.
Close. Where?
7, 6.
Yes.
6.
7.
Yes.
Go, go, go. Gotta go 8.
Line's good.
Gotta go 8.
Go ahead.
Then. Pow, pow.
Hard, boys. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Line's go.
And now the Stones starting to carve toward the center line. And they'll get it by the red. How far can they drag it?
Yeah, good throw.
And settles top 8.
It's about where you guys
Same
thought
spot, I
it.
just hit it.
Do you want to go across the face?
Yeah.
Need a little more.
No. Same.
Okay.
Ontario has no option but to throw the run back. There's a chance they could get them all moving.
Yeah. Whoa. Wow. No.
And not a brush to it.
Shot.
And they get 2 going.
Great shot, Matt.
Attaboy.
You can't touch it.
There? Yeah, the problem is he noses in his shot, and then it's irrelevant. We'll know if we know
But
back.
if we leave the double and roll pick, you know what I mean? Like if it's like here, he can make the double and probably get this. What if we freeze on this? Or if we just go here. Could go here too.
Well, they can't throw the guard.
Guard, he's going
or
around.
Ontario just comes around it.
Guard, he's going around.
Is that bad? Throw it real tight. If he comes to the back, we freeze. If he makes it good, it's a short run.
Yeah.
Want to call it time?
Yeah.
I kind of like this
there.
myself.
Yeah.
Over here, he'll come around for sure.
So Manitoba
It's a
using
matter
their
if you feel confident throwing that run or
timeout.
that draw.
And the alternate Steve
think,
Gould will
Stevie?
come out.
Well, we thought either like here or there.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
useless over there. This is actually a pretty good call.
Yeah.
If he comes to the back, we freeze. If he just doesn't get there, then we're running it onto it.
My first what happens if he hits and rolls in his third shot? I gotta roll back, right?
No, not necessarily.
Then we
Reid.
just draw the line too.
We just hit it, or just draw,
Yeah,
or just
that's
draw
right,
here
'cause
again. That's
can't-
going nowhere.
Can't get rid of that. That's right. He's gonna nose it.
So you could touch the 8 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
Anywhere
the call.
from touching 8 to here. I think that's
lost, so he paid the
That
big
was my
bucks.
first instinct.
good idea, Steve.
Okay. This seemed like good speed, eh?
Thanks, so it didn't travel.
Well, it's interesting. A lot of times the teams will call a timeout, and the coach will make his way down to the ice, and really it's about using the time and having a good discussion more than anything. You know, having somebody obviously like Steve, you know, come out onto the ice and offer his advice from behind the game is certainly extremely valuable. They were originally talking about throwing a tight guard, which I think just gives too much opportunity for Ontario to come around and put a really good shot in the top 4 foot. And Reid's stuck with throwing a run back, which if he doesn't make perfectly, it's 2 points for Ontario. By coming into the house, it's difficult for Ontario to make a play on it. They can't run it back or it could jam. And it's much more difficult to come around it with the in-turn draw as well.
Close.
Easy. Full 12. You can touch the 8. No more though. Full 12.
Might have to go much.
Yeah, how's it gonna go? Bite the 8. You can bite the 8.
Go.
Go, buddy. Just go. Head down.
Go, boys.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Need to get guard.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Go.
Tight as we can.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay.
Fine. Good throw, man.
Speed's good.
And wasting no time, Mark Kean had the broom ready to roll.
Yeah, certainly a lot shorter than Manitoba wanted. This gives a great opportunity for Ontario to go to top 4 foot now and force Reid into a difficult run back.
Speed's good, Mark. Same as it's been all week. Yep. Okay. 90.
I think you just want top 4 probably.
Yep.
Just bite it even.
Mark Kean also skipped the pre-trials back in
It's not pretty close.
2013.
Don't
He had
want
a
to
1-3 record there.
Oh. Yep. For there. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Hard. Whoa.
You got
Line's
room.
good.
Gotta go wait.
Bite
Got
the 4.
room.
Bite the 4.
Got room.
Line's really good. Make sure you're biting 4.
Easy. Easy. Whoa.
Sure you're
whoa.
biting 4.
Whoa.
Oh, what a shot.
Very nice. Pretty much perfect.
Beauty, Mark.
Good judge. Good judge, guys.
WC. Good with either.
I didn't mind the run.
That was my first thought.
You play it with easy and play it this way?
Sure.
Yeah.
Normal,
'Cause
easy,
if
whatever you
I straight by, like if I miss it, right, it's just a draw for 2 for me. Which isn't the end of the world.
Normal, easy, whatever you like.
Yeah, easy.
Just a sliver high.
Millimeter high. Easy.
So I threw that normal here. Came up a bit. Thinking there with easy.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think even just a hair more. That's, yeah. Easy.
Hair high or hair low?
Hair, yeah.
Easy way.
Hair high is what we're going
Okay,
for.
toss your brow.
So you can see the big difference between what Manitoba was actually playing on their first rock versus where it stopped. They were hoping it was top 12, giving Reid just a 3 or 4 foot run back, which he makes 9 out of 10 times. Now he's playing a 10 or 12 foot run back, just a lot more difficult.
Good easy.
So final stone in 6 for Reid Carruthers.
Whoa. Yep.
Without hammer here in a 4-4 game.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Bang it back. Yellow goes.
Great shot.
And he lies too.
Great shot, Reid.
What's so nice about his run backs is that so often we see just the peel away, the bombs coming down, and he's so much more comfortable throwing just that control takeout.
There's a good example where easy isn't easy, but he came through with that really nice weight. And mission accomplished. So that forces this final stone in 6 from Mark Kean.
Line's the same.
I think it's real close though.
Needs full 8 or maybe a little bit more. Loves to bite that 4 for a single.
Line's good. Line's good. Right on the tee. You got a good one, boys.
Sweepers knew it was good right out of his hands.
They like the weight, and what's not to like? Touches the Tim Hortons Brier button. Ontario up 5-4 after 6.
.44 curlers started the week with a chance to drive away in an all-new 2015 Ford F-150, the annual Ford Hot Shots competition. That number, well, it was trimmed down to just 2. And in the final, Colin Hodgson goes rock to rock against Saskatchewan's Stellan Myers. And the lead from Manitoba, making his first Brier appearance, comes up big when he needed to. In the final round, already in front, Hodgson would ice it, scoring a maximum 5 on the double takeout. Colin Hodgson wins the Ford Hot Shots and a 2-year lease on Canada's best-selling pickup, the Ford F-150.
And welcome back to the Saddle Dome here in Calgary as our coverage of the Tim Hortons Brier continues. So it was Mark and Colin teaming up with the Ford Hot Shots together. And a nice brand new Ford for Colin for his efforts. And now they go head-to-head in this battle. And it's actually a 5-4 advantage for Team Ontario. Ontario is up by 1.
Really nice.
Taking that single, so it's Manitoba with the hammer. And they're throwing the Red Stones. Reid Carruthers needing a victory here, coming in with that 4-4 record.
I think it's probably the same if I throw it.
Two really nice throws by Scott Howard. Top four and well guarded.
I got all there.
I got pretty good.
I think it's good for this spot, but for line.
Don't want to.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Seven.
whoa, whoa. Can't bounce yet. No.
Stay with it.
It's really heavy.
No, it's heavy.
No. Curl, just curl, 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 curl. Jeez.
It's good.
Okay.
It's a good shot.
Throw. It's a good throw.
Push it in the open a bit. It's good.
Good throw.
Yeah, we just went way too hard too early.
Hack.
Can I wait?
Just like that comment from Reid. You know what? Positive. Not exactly what they wanted, but, you know, making the best of it, keeping it light amongst the guys.
Yeah, he's certainly not panicking, and his experience with, obviously, with Jeff Stoughton and
Good hack.
the number of years that he's played on tour and been in the Brier is certainly showing here.
One of my favorite Jeff Stoughton moments. He's always such a calm guy on the ice, never really got rattled. And that Brier in 2013 in Edmonton, I don't know, it was one of the playoff games, and the whole crowd was going, Stoughton, and it was a big-time shot, and he made the shot. And Johnny Mead was all fired up, and of course, they went on to lose that Brier final to Brad Jacobs and Northern Ontario, but that was one of the rare bits of emotion from Jeff on the ice, and they were really jacked up after that win, and good for them. It was always fun.
He said he wanted to win that game so badly. And it was actually interesting because he sure earned the respect of the crowd too. And as the week went on and Jeff made it into the finals, he had a ton of crowd support.
Heartbeat.
That's a good shot.
Put your beat on it a bit.
Really curls in there. It does, yeah.
Forward.
Which way are we going, Davey? Yeah.
David Mathers with a in-turn hit and roll, trying to roll back behind the center guard.
Stay close.
Little firm.
Up.
Go close. It's pretty good to board.
Pretty firm.
Good board.
Never, never.
Get him out, Mark.
Get it out, Mark.
Okay.
Fired that one.
Makes sense, I guess.
Let's get you up to date. New Brunswick taking on British Columbia. And Jim Cotter coming in with that 4-5 record. He has the Yellowstones, and the final one to come from the rookie skip out of New Brunswick, Jeremy Mallet.
I think British Columbia is sitting one shot, but they can't access it. So Jeremy Mallet's got to draw to the forefoot for his single point, which we've seen him do how many times this week.
So you see that yellow, back eight, that is shot, and oh, it slides too far, so a rare miss that we've seen from Jeremy. Steal a one, and BC leads 5-3 after 6. And you see BC with 5 losses. They cannot afford loss number 6, and even 5 obviously will need a lot of help to maybe force a tiebreaker situation here in Calgary.
Real close.
Yep.
Whoa.
Back in our feature matchup, Matt Cam, third Stones for Team Ontario.
Manitoba tried to roll behind, but just didn't quite get far enough. Now there's a good chance for Ontario to sneak behind, but nose hit.
Mine runs straight, though.
Hey guys, bump.
Is this where you say your edge on edge term?
Sure.
One more.
Technically,
Maybe
I
easy
can't
bump.
take credit for that term. It's not my term, but I just think that's been the hot saying.
Well, you sound good saying it, though.
While we're saying it, why don't you explain to the viewers what they mean when they always say edge on edge?
From the hack, Braden was looking at the yellow rock in the house, and the right edge of the rock that he's looking at is right lined up with the edge of the guard. So there's no space, but with a quiet tap-back weight, you can probably get to the inside and roll behind the guard.
Just like that.
Absolutely. Thanks for showing us.
Gotta make that. I found that.
Yeah. Normal or control.
Yeah, just norm.
Okay.
And the ice is so great, it really does force you to throw a really good shot to make that. But if you do throw it well, it's definitely makeable.
Real close. Yep. Yep. Hard! Hard! Hard!
It's go time now. The Brush trying to hold that line.
Sit.
They get the red to go, and the yellow does stick around.
Good try, buddy.
Good brush, boys.
Couldn't stick.
Good use of control weight again.
Blank here's
They
good.
threw the peel on that and rolled out, then it would
Nice.
allow Manitoba just to throw the in-turn draw back around it again.
Hair more. The hair.
Let's look at PEI taking on Northwest Territories. A 4-3 advantage for Adam Casey.
I felt there.
They're looking for win number 4. Adam, in his first time here as a skip,
We can go.
and he's got a great opportunity for a big score against Jamie Cooey.
Yeah, out-turn draw to the forefoot. Certainly something that Adam's been making all week long.
Nice throw out.
And look at the house come into play, and look at the red stacking up, and that is 4 for Adam Casey and his team. And an 8-3 advantage after 6.
Yeah, I like normal then.
You like Norm?
Yeah.
I like it.
Normal.
You too.
Normal. Slow it right under, boys.
Control.
Easy.
Yep.
Close. Yes. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Matt, shooter.
Whoa. Whoa.
No, 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 no.
Hard roll.
I think it goes right.
Hard.
Mark Kean, little roll, get to the 4 behind cover, and it's still wide open for Manitoba.
So close.
Yeah, that's the danger of trying the roll and almost making it. You actually bring your rock into a much easier position for Manitoba to now roll behind the guard.
Like that's good ice with half.
If he could have rolled another 2 or 3 inches, at least a portion of that rock would have been covered, and Manitoba would have no option but to roll back to the outside.
Gotta wait. Okay. Toss her, bro. The one that was on the button was a 6.
Live right now on TSN 3 and 5. Alberta taking on Saskatchewan, and Kevin Cooey applying the pressure here. Wow, 4 in play right now for Team Alberta. Final stone still to come from Steve Laycock, and he needs a pistol here to get out of trouble.
Yeah, it's a draw to the button. He's thrown this a lot of times. You ignore the other 3 stones, or all 4 stones essentially, and just trust your draw weight.
Yep.
Steve and his team winning back-to-back Saskatchewan titles, back at the Brier once again. So close to the playoffs last year.
We need it, Kirk.
A fantastic roll on our sheet by Reid Carruthers.
Pretty good. Weight's good. Weight's good. Weight's good.
And now just a quiet clean. He has the backing if he needs it. Oh, man, what a shot from Steve Laycock. That is clutch. So he puts 1 on the board. 4-3, Alberta leading after 6. And that's a really big game for both of those provinces.
He's thrown a lot of really good draws today. This is what we talked about, that Ontario didn't roll quite far enough to take away the inside roll, and Reid Carruthers makes it perfectly.
I think that's good. Well, even like Mark here's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Ideally, you want to as much as you
As
can.
close as you can.
Ontario has 2 options. They could either run the guard back, and it is their guard, so certainly it would be a good call. They're going to play the in-turn freeze and see if they can force Manitoba to a single point. But Reid will have the in-turn draw or the out-turn draw, possibly for 2.
Speed's good here.
Yeah, 90.
So final stone here in 7 for
Mine's a hair tight.
Mark Kean out of Fenland Falls.
Yep.
We're all there.
All there.
Hard! How much?
All there. Back four.
How much?
Back four, back
Tons
eight.
of room.
Oh, whoa,
Gotta
whoa,
play it really
whoa,
tight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Tons
whoa.
of room, guys. Whoa.
I didn't know that much. Stay close.
Wait till
Coming
it
down?
bounces. It's still there.
Right on it, boys.
Oh, no bounce.
Right on it.
Let it come up as far as it can. Let it come up. It's good, Mark. Great shot. Great shot.
Little finish at the end.
Think he gets a nose now. Shoot.
Great shot.
Think he gets a nose that red? Be shot?
Don't know. Gotta find out.
It's just anything high, right?
Yeah.
It's good, buddy. 14-5's your time now.
Okay.
That was 14-5, Reid.
Okay.
Check with them, but I think you're good.
Pair more, you can afford.
I think you're good at 14-5.
Even a little more.
Okay.
Good.
Looking at the speed of the ice, we've actually covered sheet A, I think about 4 times this week.
14.5?
And sheet A has typically been just a hair slower than the other sheets, running around 14 and a quarter. All the other sheets running around 14.5 to 14.7. But I think today I've been timing quite a few rocks, and the draw speed is a little bit quicker and back up to par with the other sheets.
Am I wrong, Dave, or did you make the comment you thought the stones were actually different on this sheet, or was I?
No, they are. They're actually a different set of stones, and Curling Canada has several sets, and for one reason or another, and I'm not sure why, sheet A has a different set of stones on it. But we've noticed very little difference other than sheet A being fractionally slower, but today it doesn't appear to be.
T-line!
Final stone in 7. Reid Carruthers already has one for sure. This the draw for 2, and they don't like it out of his hands.
Well, as long as it curls up to the other red stone, it'll rub off for 2.
Needs a piece of his own red, maybe get a little piece, and it won't stop in time. So a little too quick for Reid Carruthers. It is a single on the board, and we have a tie game at 5. Welcome back to Calgary, and this city very special for these young men. Of course, there's Scott Howard, and you have Matt Cam, David Mathers. They all played together in junior against this guy, Braden Muscowie, and they met in the final of the 2011 Canadian Junior Men's Curling Championship. And of course, at that time, Muscowie wearing the Saskatchewan colors. And this final actually took place right here in Calgary, North Hill Curling Club. There's the shot. Needed a measurement, though. You saw Scott Howard looking it over. Here comes the measure. And here comes the celebration. So that was a big moment for Braden Muscowie. And you see Kirk Myers in there as well. Colton Flash, obviously playing for Saskatchewan now at this Brier. So a great feeling for them. And of course, Cam, Mathers, and Howard, runner-up. But that just speaks to the pedigree of these amazing young curlers. And then they move on to the men's side here, and now competing at the Tim Hortons Brier in Calgary. This one all tied up at 5, Manitoba and Ontario. Reid Carruthers taking the single in 7, so action underway here in 8. And it is Ontario, Yellowstones with a hammer.
So many great young players transitioning from the junior game very quickly into men's play and showing up here, you know, at the best and most difficult event in the country to get into.
Reach real good. Line's
Close
good.
the line, yep.
Line's good.
Whoa, whoa.
Where right now? Whoa!
Stay close.
Scott Howard stone on the way, and of course,
Whoa, he can't go. Can't
Scott's
go.
sister, Carly, is also here, and she's a great curler. Curls in CIS for Laurier with the Golden Hawks.
Hard. Not much.
Pretty good pedigree, that Howard family.
Too much ice.
Not bad.
Yeah. I like that. Like this still.
Yeah. Right here.
All day. All day, baby.
Okay, Hodge. Number 4.
Hey. What do you think of speed over here, Hodge?
Same speed
I think
as
it's
always.
good, hey?
Hasn't changed a lick.
I agree.
That's there.
I think it's good. We got 5, 6.
Okay, line's not bad.
We got 6.
Room
Okay,
or what?
line's
6.
good now.
It's not really
Whoa,
heavy.
room,
We'd
room.
like- okay.
I think it's there right now.
Whoa.
6. It's
Whoa.
really good weight. It's to it already.
Whoa.
Good weight.
Has to
Clean,
finish.
Clean, Braden. Clean, clean. Make it go, make it go. Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Has to finish.
No. That's what we're trying to do.
Good shot. Shot.
And the key is really to line those red stones onto the two yellows, and a bit of a mistake by Ontario, obviously slipping past it, now creating a bit of a wall. Certainly advantage Manitoba controlling the top of the house.
Red.
So now David Mathers, the run back try.
Okay.
Gets his own yellows going.
Good. It's good,
but now that wall is gone.
That's a very good result for that shot. Not only does he move the yellows from behind the reds, but he rolls the corner guard and the yellow one that Reid Carruthers is sweeping right now right off to the side.
It's not 5 guards now.
Yeah, I think that red's out.
Considering it jumped onto the carpet.
Pretty light.
Sure? Just two.
We're pretty high.
Pretty high.
David Mathers sure throws them hard. Great accuracy.
We're two. Curl a bit. It's got to curl a bit.
Braden.
Two. Make it curl a bit.
So now Derek here throwing up the guard.
Split it.
Yep. Go.
Go. It's good. Whoa. It's good, boys. Good sweep. Perfect. Good sweep, boys.
Good shot.
Really got that. Anything you want to leave a high side or like an inch, right? So that inch.
Out turn right.
Ontario's going to continue to run back the guard and try and move those ones off the forefoot.
Whoa. Yeah.
Gets the Reds going, spills it over the top. That is a weapon.
Two great shots by David Mathers.
Oh man, that kid can bring the heat.
Just wait to the hair.
Ooh, I hate that.
Draw around the middle.
I'm always amazed, David, how accurate they can throw the big weight. It's one thing to gun it, but
Yeah, full 8.
I agree. That was never my strength. But the ability for somebody to throw it that hard and that accurate all the time, it's fantastic. Such a weapon at second.
He was right on the money.
It'll finish here, B.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We really saw Mark Kennedy
Fight the forwards, okay.
perfect that position, the ability to throw that big, hard weight accurately when he played with Kevin Martin in that 2010 Olympic run.
I got there now. It's a big ad.
Okay.
Where is it?
Looks like 7 right now.
Okay, line's a little tight.
That was an incredible run by that team. Back-to-back Brier titles, undefeated. Olympic gold medal, undefeated.
Heavy high. It's 8-9.
Go here.
45 degrees.
It's actually going to peek out the other side as well, back 4.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, the key for Manitoba right now is not setting up a double, which would bring that back yellow one into play.
We just got to get one here.
He goes there, we play the double.
Okay, what if I ran the corner guard in and tried to stuck it on the wing then? The center guard. Do you guys like that?
It's not bad. Whatever you like. Play this, I guess.
I'm just worried about this rock.
You want to run it into
That's
here?
what I was thinking. Just show normal and stuff it on that one.
It's really good. That's definitely going to kill us.
Like, even if I rip it clean right now, we're still sitting good for your one.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we need to worry about getting one right now. We should try and get the deuce first.
Well, if I ever stick it, we almost got our deuce.
Yeah.
I just don't like, I don't know how these angles, like, they're not really good. Like, I do this. I pretty much force him to do this.
Exactly, yeah. Let's make that then.
I like normal.
Normal's perfect.
What is it?
It's just going to run straight, I think.
The other shot they looked at, which I actually really like,
there.
is the freeze onto the one that Manitoba just threw.
Yeah.
Then if Manitoba went and froze again, it would give a really easy double off that side red one for Ontario to bring, you know, or to be
Just
sitting
normal,
two
boys.
and
Yeah.
potentially
Roll it
bringing
over
that
to the
back
wing.
yellow into play.
Oh, it's thin. About half.
Half's real close. It's close to half.
I think it's half.
Yeah.
Just normal, Mark.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
Mark.
there.
That doesn't look
A little more.
The other factor in these decisions, obviously, is the end and the score. And right now, playing the eighth end is critical for Ontario to make sure that they score or don't give up a steal.
Whoa! No!
Right off. Right off.
Nothing.
We get in the center here.
Oh boy.
Hey, better.
Jeez. Yeah. Just touch the line, kind of.
And they want to be pretty tight with this guard, otherwise it gives a
Pretty good, right?
pretty easy draw for Ontario to
Out.
come around and be shot.
Might be something under that right now. Okay.
You going like just over the center line kind of thing? Where do you want it? 3?
Where?
3.
3. Just over the center?
Even.
Splitting center's okay.
Even, B.
Even.
Yeah.
I got 3, B.
Quite far out there.
I got
Wait, if you
4.
can.
It was a
Mine's pretty good.
3.
4.
Colin,
Off
three.
if you're 4. Off if you're 4.
Just 3.
Colin, yeah. 3. Weight's good.
Oh, just play the weight.
Colin, yeah. Drag it now. Drag it. 3. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So Moskowy will throw up the guard in the meantime. Live right now on TSN 3 and 5. Final stone here to come for Team Alberta. Kevin Cooey throwing the red stones, and the one stone you could not see,
Easy normal.
Brett Lang underneath his feet.
Little light.
There's a yellow there as well, so they're line 3. So Saskatchewan putting the heat on, and a double needed for the single.
Yeah, a couple great shots by Steve Laycock forcing Kevin Cooey.
Oh, don't want to jam, and they do. So a steal of 1, and Team Saskatchewan battling hard. And they're tied up at 4 after that steal. Steve Laycock, of course, coming in at 5 and 3, and Team Alberta that 4 and 4 record.
Even if I hit it thin and get it across top.
You like it?
They have to throw a guard on their next one anyways.
Problem is, you probably leave a center.
I'll throw peel. It's 3/4.
So Ontario not really playing, or keeping it very conservative right now to make sure they've got a shot for their single point. Running the guard back.
No. No, no, no. Touch it. Touch.
Oh, and they'll just missed the red in the house, top 8.
If they'd made that double, potentially it still has the opportunity to bring the back yellow into play.
Guarded it over here.
No, but then I can hit and roll too.
Same thing, guys. Just maybe not quite as far for over, right?
Line, right? I think just touching the line's perfect.
Yeah. Dead guarded, right?
Yep. Same spot, like a 3?
A 2-3.
Okay. Toss here, bud.
So Reid with his first ideal spot for this one, Dave.
Well, I think they want to throw a tight guard, they said, but they thought that Braden's just over-curled a little bit. I think if they leave that high guard where it over-curls a little bit,
Really high. Go. Really hard.
Ontario will throw the draw.
Well, they got to pick him up here real quick. So Migalski and Hodgson
Okay.
want to make sure they just get it over, and they will. That is a very high guard.
Absolutely useless. Good sweep, bud. Really good sweep, bud.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, noses, he just locks it on.
What's that, sir?
Yeah, the debate now is where does Ontario put their stone? The guard's not anywhere near where they thought it was going to be if they were going to draw. It's so high, in fact, I think you could actually get a rock in the top 8 foot with the in-turn or out-turn.
Still get to it.
Yeah, I know.
It's so high. I think you just go over here. He's got to hit you. Or he tries to sink one. But it's so high.
Go there and put the pressure on him to make it.
Yeah, if he ever locks it, though, we're pretty in trouble. One here's massive.
Okay.
Try to stay in the 4-foot. That's the shot. This is it. That's all you have. Huh?
Freeze or hit in the nose?
Why?
I think you hit it right here. We kind of want him to draw here.
Really?
Yeah?
I think so.
Give her locks one, though. We're not getting it out.
You just missed that guard by a mile.
Roll right here.
Missed a draw for 2.
That's what I thought.
Just roll a rock.
Just yeah, even if you roll here, he's not going to draw. He's got to hit.
Brian Cochran on the right, alternating coach with Ontario's timeout.
Oh, you can't come in here. It's so high.
The problem is if I freeze and he just plays like a hack leader even.
And he knows that we're done.
I got nothing.
One here's huge. Okay?
That's the shot, boys.
Okay.
Yeah, like you just got to be first shot. You got to beat that.
Dave, been an entertaining game. Let's look at the skips numbers.
Yeah, it has, and I'm really impressed with Mark Kean coming out here and putting on a great performance. 86% overall with 95% on his draws. And Reid talked about the fact that he needed to pick up on the draw weight a little bit more in the second half, and so far he's still struggled with it.
Player comparisons are brought to you by Ford, proud partners with Curling Canada for 21 years.
So the biggest concern is making sure they're going to have a shot for a single point. They thought about drawing, freezing, and they're really worried that they're going to leave Reid with something that he could freeze onto and potentially steal a point himself. So they're going to play the hit and roll, leave it right in the open, force Reid to hit it, leaving Mark Kean with an open draw for a single point.
Whoa!
Mark Kean is first here in 8.
Whoa, whoa, close.
Here comes that long guard.
Really hard. Really, really hard.
And that's
really
not
hard.
a problem, but watch this stone break.
Right on the nose.
And instead of the roll, they'll hit it, back button for a shot stone.
Yeah, it's good. Just hack.
Yeah. Reid, you just got to get it out of the 8-foot.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll use the sweeping. Good hack. We can hold it. Hack. Hey, Reid. Toss your butt.
So, Dave, they're going to tap. So that tells me they're fine with giving up 1. If you ever froze, is there the chance of the steal?
There is. I think, again, the problem is that that guard is so high. If the freeze isn't perfect, Mark Kean can actually get to it potentially and score 2. If it was a tighter guard, Reid would be drawing for sure on this.
Clean.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Solid!
Close.
Solid!
Whoa.
And this needs a big finish just to get a piece.
Yeah, just a lot heavier than I think they were talking about.
Gotta curl up to get anything. Wow.
It's been the story of the game for Reid so far, just heavy.
This path should be good, eh?
Yep. Yeah, it's normal, Mark. Like, same as Austin.
A bit more than full 8.
Yep. Still looking for 90.
So what looked like was going to be almost a guaranteed forced point for Ontario, now a routine draw for 2.
Final stone for Mark Kean. His team out of Fenland Falls.
Fight the 4.
Just needs full 8, little bit of red, and 2 on the board.
Line's real good, boys. Come on. You got
Howard
it.
Mathers
Right in the
on
tee.
it
You
from the
let it go.
get-go. Big scrub here.
Come on, boys. Go, go, go. Grease is good. Great brush.
And nice touch from the rookie skip.
Did you get the time there, Dave?
And a critical mistake for Team Manitoba. Can they come back? Find out next from Calgary.
All right, boys.
Another beautiful day in Calgary, 10 degrees. It is time for the Final In Challenge. After the game, go to finalin.ca. You go on a trip for 2 to the 2016 Brier in Ottawa. Your flight, your tickets, hotel, also first 100 entries have a chance to win a $50 100 M&M gift card as well. The secret word is coming up a little later on in the show. Finalin.ca after the game. Meantime, it is handshakes between PEI and the Territories. Adam Casey, first time here as a skip, and he's looked very impressive. A 9-5 victory, and a tough one continues for Jamie Cooey. Let's update the standings now. Northern Ontario, 9-1, very impressive. Newfoundland Labrador 8-2. Both those teams will play in the 1-2 page playoff game. Team Canada 7-3. They're guaranteed at least a tiebreaker, and then Quebec 6-4. Saskatchewan 5-3. And of course Manitoba in our feature game at 4-4. Alberta also on the ice. Lots to be decided here in Calgary. And of course round robin play will wrap up Friday morning here at the Saddle Dome. Top 4 make the playoffs. And that is exactly what's on the mind of Reid Carruthers and Team Manitoba. They need a win. A big 2 on the board for Ontario, trying to play spoiler. So it is 7-5 with play underway here at 9. Manitoba throwing the Red Rocks. They have the hammer.
Whoa, whoa. Stay with it.
Just short.
No.
What touch?
And Manitoba's got to come up with a big couple ends against an Ontario team that's playing very well and a skip that hasn't missed much yet.
You see Colin Hodgson, he's got the corner guard on the dark roast coffee. Scott Howard coming in with 2 rocks in the house, and now Colin will try answer here with his second stone.
Clean. Hard line. Hard line. Yep. Hard. Hard. Yep. Hard. Just hack. Hard. Keep going. Yep. Hard. Whoa. 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 Get 5 under the corner.
Gets those yellows moving and resets them a bit.
Really nice, Hodge. Good weight. Huh?
No.
Oh, man.
David Mathers with that big weight again, going for the double peel.
Yep.
Little tick into the house, and he just misses the yellow.
Where was the line call?
What is an average peel when they time it from hog to hog, Dave?
Well, it depends on who's throwing it, but I think probably somebody like David Mathers, you're around that 6.5 seconds. That's pretty big. I think probably to answer your question better, an average peel might be around that 7.5 to 8 seconds.
Okay, line's good. Two-thirds. Line's good. Two-thirds. Clean. Just over.
I don't really want to.
Just over the line.
No, it'll get there. Okay.
Yep. Good. Very nice.
It's hot out here, eh?
Off. Throw, Dave.
You heard that comment again from one of his players saying it's just so hard. I don't know, maybe he's throwing it harder than he normally does, but he's really accurate with it.
Doesn't matter how you get there, just get there, right? As long as he's being successful.
Line's good. 3. Same weight. Same weight. Yeah. More. Whoa. Line's good. 3. Whoa. Don't want to. That's where might have to sit. Where? 2.5. Two-thirds. Okay. Clean.
Line's good.
Whoa.
Line's good, Hodge. Line's good.
So Derek throws up the guard.
Line's good. That's good.
Good. Good
job, Dave. Good pair.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Clean.
Yeah. One more, then you got to make some kind of.
That same ice you had?
Yep.
How'd you throw it?
Good. It'll curl here.
One more guard by
pretty
Manitoba.
positive.
Ontario will remove it again.
I got a
Little less than yours.
Live on TSN 3 and 5. An update. Alberta, Saskatchewan. Kevin Cooey. He has the last rock throwing red stones. You see those 2 in the house. One just a biter and one top 12. I don't know if this is ice for the draw for 1 or if he's trying the blank.
Yeah, it's a draw for 1.
It is the draw for 1. Okay, they looked at the blank for a while if they could maybe go yellow and spill the red out, but this is the safe choice, obviously. So the draw for the single.
Yeah, the blank was there, but it's a shot that you would play only if you had to. And again, we're talking about the 8th end. It's a tie game. Alberta has control of it as long as they score here.
Hicks, guys. Come on.
And this starts to just dig in. Wow, did that ever dig in? They got to get it there for one.
They did.
Holy smokes, I think they just did. More drama than they needed here at the Saddle Dome. Kirk Myers will have a look, just to be sure.
The boys got her.
4 picks.
Yeah.
Yep. Jeepers. That was close. So 5-4, Alberta leads after 8. They come in with that 4-4 record. Basically a must-win situation. You can watch that one live right now on TSN 3 and 5.
And I'll tell you, Saskatchewan had 2 rocks absolutely buried behind the center guard, and Mark Kennedy came up with a big-time run-back double to get Alberta out of trouble that end.
And obviously, Ben and Mark are 2 of the best sweepers in the world. They didn't look like they were nonchalant with it. I think it just
It picked. Yeah, you could see Mark's
crazy.
reaction that he was just standing beside us sliding, and right in the logos near the house, it grabbed something and almost stopped on them. It's a good thing he was still there and ready, because a lot of times, knowing that it's fine, the sweepers will back off and just watch it glide into the house.
Nose is pretty good. Just nose. You can roll a couple inches. Yeah. Bump.
Solid bump.
Clean.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa. Clean. Yep.
Solid.
Whoa, whoa.
Solid.
Whoa. 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 Sit.
Perfect.
Good.
Job, B.
I think that's good for Harry. Okay.
That nose is great.
I was thinking like just hack.
Scott, sorry?
Well, for the first time ever here in Calgary, the Brier, of course, we're covering multiple sheets on our 5 feeds. And just a reminder, we have extended highlights, video on demand, features, stories, a whole lot more. Go to tsn.ca/curling/video. A lot of choices online, and of course, across our 5 feeds as well on TSN.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Clean.
Weight's good.
Clean.
Easy. Easy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, clean.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Want to clean it.
Clean.
Clean.
They clean for Kean.
Clean.
And just a quiet hit to sit 2. Not a lot that Manitoba can do with that stone, so they'll play the out-turn freeze to the back yellow rock.
And we got to about here. Yeah. That looks real good to me.
Yeah, looks pretty
Hair
close.
more,
eh?
maybe?
Yeah, I agree with you.
How's that look?
Good.
I think that's good.
2/3 frozen, guys.
2/3 on Haji's side?
Yeah.
Okay. That's your one.
14.5.
Yep.
Right.
Seven, 8. 7, 8.
Well, we'll see if Reid has figured out his draw weight.
Just call it. Yep.
Pretty good, Haj.
How much?
Good. Yep.
How much?
7, 6, 7,
Yeah.
7.
And sweepers have liked it all the way so far.
Yeah.
To it.
Hard.
Hard line.
Hard.
8.
Hard.
Whoa, whoa,
Off,
whoa.
off, off, off.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Little
whoa.
tick,
Sit.
and it does stop in time for shot stone.
Not terrible.
Not bad, Reid.
Bad, buddy.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it did overcurl a little bit, and certainly gives an opportunity for Ontario now to come in and freeze on top of those and take the end away.
Unless you want to just run that.
No. Like, we have one here, boys. He probably does play it for 3. Then we just got to be here. Yeah.
Just make sure you're there. Even if you come down and tap it a bit, it's fine.
Tap and roll in. You guys like this? This is a call.
Make it. I like it.
I don't love this,
I
Dave.
hate it.
Does that look good?
Yeah, I like that ice.
Okay.
Just on the tee, Mark.
Yeah.
So you hear Mark and Matt say, that's the call, make it, and then David and Scott, at the other end, maybe not impressed with this call.
Yeah, I like the discussion that Mark and Matt had, I think that it's the right call. If they can freeze down into that pocket, Manitoba's going to have no option to be forced to one.
90? 90, yep.
Last one was 95.
Last one was 95.
Okay.
It's been a tight game since opening rock.
Yep. Line's good, guys.
Here in 9 now.
Yep. Yep. Where?
Mark Kean, his final stone. Ontario, a 2-point lead.
Line's good. Hard for line. Line's really good. Hard. Hard, boys. You got a good one. You got a real good one.
Mathers and Howard.
Come on, put it on the
Their turn to go hard on the scrap.
boys. Go, 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 go.
Want to get it by that red stone. Drag it as far as they can now. Keep it going.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
And it stops top 4.
Yeah, good sweep. Great sweep. Right from pillar to post and put it top 4 foot.
That was so stupid. That was so dumb.
Yeah, I just got it.
Not to the side with it.
Not it.
Actually, if his rock went another foot, it's there for 3.
Third.
So you heard Scott not impressed with the call, and obviously, I guess he doesn't like the result. What do you think, David?
No, I like the call. I think it was fine. Like they said, he was just a hair light on it. The other option was to run the double, which is fine. You hit it a hair thin. It's a draw for 2 as well. So it really came down to what Mark wanted to throw, and his instinct right away was to throw the draw. I don't have a problem with it.
Gives us a good chance, don't you?
It should run. It should run pretty straight.
I can't see when we hit it. I can't see it doing much. Quarter, third.
Yeah, I think that's almost max ice. Normal.
So we were talking edge to edge. I think you're going to get pillar to post here going pretty soon. Yeah, that's your hot line here, rookie.
Quarter.
The other, the other thing that Mark Kean was looking at is if he did play the double and ever hit it on the wrong side or just over a curled, it jams back onto the yellow rock in the 4 foot and it's a draw for 3. Right now, I think Manitoba's got a difficult double for 2.
Reid Carruthers, final stone here in 9. A must-win game for Manitoba.
Yes! Whoa! Yes!
Needs the double to tie it up. They're on and off. Catch it, roll it, bang it, got it.
Great shot.
Team Manitoba coming through. Carruthers, clutch.
Nice shots.
We're tied up. Coming home. Get ready. Secret word about to come. It's the Final End Challenge. After the game, go to finalend.ca and enter LEAD. So LEAD is the secret word. You have a chance to win a trip for 2 to Ottawa. 2016 Brier, all expenses paid for. And the first 100 entries have a chance to win a $50 M&M gift card. Finalend.ca after our broadcast. Welcome back inside the Saddle Dome. And it is Thursday, of course, round robin wraps up Friday morning here. A 7-7 tie. Manitoba scoring 2 and 9 in a must-win situation. Team Ontario trying to play spoiler. And Mark Kean playing Yellowstones has the hammer here in 10.
Manitoba threw up the center guard, and Scott Howard threw a fantastic tick shot. Knocked the red stone within a foot of the boards and rolled a shooter to the corner.
Slower, but I get more. Should be good, guys. Where are we going? Where do you want it? Show us a broom.
Yeah, right here, guys.
Just even.
Yep, Kobe, go.
Derek.
Okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Doesn't need to curl.
Right where your broom is.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Right where your broom is. A little deeper, a little deeper. A little deeper.
I'll try and bunch them up over there.
Whoa, whoa,
that's
whoa,
it.
whoa, Reid. Nice
That's a good
shot,
spot.
Good.
Really good.
Live on TSN 3 and 5, Saskatchewan, Alberta. And it's Kevin Cooey throwing the red stones for Alberta. Steve Laycock has one to come. And it looks like the blank attempt.
Yeah, Steve played the whole end so that he would have an attempt to blanket and have the hammer playing 10.
Clean.
Meantime, in our feature matchup, the tick shot is on once again. And a nice shot from Scott Howard.
Oh, wow.
Back-to-back beauties for Scott. And on the updated sheet, blank was good.
The leads are getting so good at those tick shots. And it's not a shot that's a low percentage shot anymore because it's practiced so often.
You like that?
Yeah.
So Alberta,
You know what I mean?
Saskatchewan, the blank
Doing
from
that right
Steve
now before
Laycock.
this
He'll
one.
have the hammer coming home, down by
Dead
1
berry.
to Kevin Cooey.
Okay. This we're just grouping
You're
them.
trying to show him edge to edge and hoping he touches this.
It's heavy, isn't it? It's heavy. 3. Weight's good. Weight's
Braden,
good.
go. Braden, go.
2.5, 3.
Go.
Yeah, it's coming down. Go, Braden. Plow.
Hard, boys. Just go. Just go.
We're getting
Go, 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 Braden.
Whoa. For what? Yeah.
Good job.
Good.
Not really.
I don't know what we're
It's not
going
really
for.
doing anything though.
Well,
is it?
I don't know what we're shooting.
Go for it.
Well, what Reid was sweeping for is that he didn't want to leave the red guard at an angle to the yellow one and allow the double peel and roll out.
Good.
And David throws another rocket.
Gotta sit 2 by the end, right?
Big one. Okay. Or get in there now.
We've got absolutely nothing if he makes it, right?
If he makes the double peel, it's done.
Yeah.
I'd rather almost throw a corner on this side than throw the center.
Okay.
I think so, eh? So you want me to throw 3 feet more?
6 feet.
Okay,
6
you
feet
guys
more.
couldn't really. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Five
I swept
feet
that
more.
pretty
Okay.
good.
Oh, a ton more.
That's a good weight, though.
I think it's
Yep.
fine.
Line.
Looks like a lot of room, but
Yeah,
Gotta
line.
go for weight. Gotta go for weight.
Hard, boys.
3.
Hard, hard,
Hard, boys.
3, 4.
boys. Go.
Go.
Boys. Hard,
We
hard,
need 6. Go, buddy.
hard, 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 hard.
Right to the tee. Right to the tee.
All
Okay,
three
good,
dragging
good,
hard.
Nice sweep, boys. Good sweep.
And they'll bury it.
Good sweep.
good job, bud.
Nice sweep. Good sweep. Pound. Good rush. Peel.
Feeling, get us anything?
Peel.
Just throw that.
Peel
Does
it,
it really
peel it.
matter?
No.
No.
Well, I don't think there's any
Then I'm
decision.
running it in. Just going to keep running it into it.
And another rocket here from David Mathers. Way it goes. Dave, time for the game story. And you look at the scoreboard alone, the 3-2 for Ontario, and a really good battle from Team Manitoba as they continue to try take this one in a must-win situation.
Yeah, they have battled hard. They know they need to win this game. They've come out, they've stayed patient, and they've stayed calm, even though they're playing a team that's playing really well, and Mark Kean shooting at 89%, and a team that probably is playing the way that we expect them to play had they been able to stay loose and confident throughout the whole event.
Game story brought to you by Travelers. It's better under the umbrella. Manitoba has taken their second time out, so once again, alternate Steve Gould is out.
Not too staggered.
If you dead guarded, it's fine.
No. Okay.
This would have taken forever to talk it out.
But I mean, it's just a straight
Steve
guard,
teammates
right?
with
Even
Reid
edge on
Carruthers
edge
when they
is
won
pretty
that
good.
Brier and World Championship in 2011 with Jeff Stoughton.
That's what we talked about, yeah.
So they're trying to find a way to
Edge is fine.
place a guard and eventually have it inch closer to the center line, tightening up the rings for Mark Kean's last draw. They could throw one on center right now, but Ontario would be running it into that red rock in the house, and if they made the double peel, essentially end the game.
Good weight. A little short if anything.
Manitoba with 7 steals so far
Line's
this
good.
week in Calgary, and they really need one here.
Line's
Good line.
Clean.
Just two.
Where?
Line's good.
Two. Go, Derek.
Line's perfect. 3.
Okay,
Whoa, then.
2/3.
Whoa.
No, sit.
Good job, B. Job, bud.
They're hoping that they might even lure Mark Kean into going after the back one, but I don't see that happening.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yes.
Red, yellow,
Shot.
and the shooter sticks on the dark roast.
A little less. Okay, then.
Line's good.
Got a little less. That's fine. Last one was a little too deep. Little less.
Clean.
No, 2, it's same weight.
Clean. Line's
Two.
good.
Just clean, guys. Clean all the way.
It's a little less.
Got an absolute
Clean.
pistol here.
Stay with it.
Just clean, Derek. Clean till stop. Clean till stop.
It's good. It's good.
Good. Good
Shot
spot.
Nice weights on those.
Shot B. Guard one more, I think.
Probably.
So they fired up and the peel game continues, Dave.
Yeah, they'll peel it off again. Manitoba will throw up one more guard. Kean recognizes at this point they continue to peel the guards. He'll have a draw at a full 8-footer, piece the 4-foot for the win.
Same as B. Okay.
Same speed as all game here, Reid. It's a good spot.
Here's my 4.
Yeah, I'm in throwing 4. What?
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry. It's throwing this one. Okay, same speed. Weight's good here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a little more than B's. It's 3.
3. Little tight,
Gotta
little
stop.
deep. Where?
Gotta
3.
stop for line.
Just you, Derek.
It's almost in.
Almost 4.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Gotta sit.
Set.
Just in.
Well, they definitely don't want it in the rings.
Okay.
Not really sad, eh?
Done.
Sure hard. Hey, Reid.
It's not bad, though.
Yeah.
Flip it again. He's gonna have to put it there.
Hit it or this. Whatever.
I think you hit it.
Wait, feel it. We're just trying 4.
Okay.
It just opens up both sides depending on which way you want to go.
The other shot that Kean looked at briefly was the in-turn draw and freeze down to it for shot rock, and there's nothing wrong with that either. If you make it, you know you're going to have a worst-case scenario, a draw to the 4-foot still for the win.
And you've also thrown back-to-back draws, which may help with his confidence.
Yeah, I wouldn't object to the in-turn draw, but this is fine.
Well, we threw this stat out at the beginning of the broadcast.
Yep.
When starting with Hammer, Manitoba was 3-0, and without starting with Hammer, Ontario 0-5, and Ontario's looking good to change that around. It's over between New Brunswick and BC, and a 7-4 win on the board for Jim Cotter, the finalist in Kamloops last year, and he needed that win. Improves Jim to 5-5, and as
Give me just an inch ice.
we get closer to wrapping up the round robin, 5 technically gives you a pulse, but obviously needing some help.
Yeah, because line.
Yeah, he needs a lot to happen still that would help him out, and Manitoba losing would be one of those things.
Play the in-turn draws. Just get it to touch that line.
Okay. Full 8.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Can you guys get that there?
So full 8-foot. They want to make sure that they don't give Kean a nose hit for the win. They want to force him to draw. They could almost bite the 4-foot.
So Reid Carruthers needing a steal here in 10, his final stone in a 7-7 tie.
8 foot.
Oh, it looks pretty good. It's traveling nice.
Right to my broom, guys. Right on my broom. Right on my broom.
I think we're good. Easy, easy.
Full 8.
Yep.
Nice judge from the front end.
Yep.
Good.
And that is what they wanted. There it is.
Absolutely
So
perfect.
Manitoba lying 2. And the broom goes down, and this will be a draw for a single and the win for Kean.
Well, and the nice thing about this spot is this is exactly where they've thrown the draw all game, right from starting with a practice draw to the button. So they know the ice, they know the speed, and Mark's had great draw weight all game.
Yeah, your last one was 95. So
Okay, it's close then.
Close. 90 is perfect.
Okay.
Fight the 4, boys.
It comes down to this. a really entertaining game. Tightly played by both teams. Team Ontario coming in with that 2-6 record, a chance to pick up win number 3 in their first ever Brier. Mark Kean, a draw for the single and the win. And that would be devastating for Team Manitoba here, still battling for the playoffs.
Well, the sweepers like it.
Howard, Mathers, a clean. Finishes up nicely.
Nice shot.
W on the board for Team Ontario. The rookie, Mark Kean, playing spoiler. 8-7 your final. And with the loss, Team Manitoba falling to 4-5. More to come from Calgary after this.
The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Purex Bathroom Tissue. Purex, 90 years of pure comfort. And by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Tough loss for Manitoba. Here's the standings. Northern Ontario, Newfoundland, Labrador. They will meet in that 1-2-page playoff game. Top 4 make the playoffs. And, of course, that loss for Manitoba. Oh, they dropped to 5 losses now at 4-5. Alberta at 4-4. They're battling for win number 5. Meantime, Saskatchewan, of course, that 5-3 record. And those are the 2 teams remaining here on the Saddledome ice. It's Alberta, it's Saskatchewan. They are in the 10th end in a must-win for both. Let's go to Vic Router on TSN 3 and 5.
We want to welcome those of you who have been watching Manitoba and Ontario on TSN 1 and 4 as we play here in the 10th. It's Alberta against Saskatchewan. It is a 5-4 lead for Alberta. Saskatchewan does have the last rock. That stone just now at the center line, back edge of the 4-foot, thrown there. The first by Kevin Cooey. Alberta comes in with a record of 4-4, desperate not to lose a 5th. A little more wiggle room for Laycock and Saskatchewan, coming in at 5-3.
So he's drawn top 4.
Same as it's been all game. I don't see any change.
Got to get half from the 4 to be shot.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been a curious game at times. In the 4th, when Laycock had an opportunity to score 2, he only got 1. In the 5th end that went 30 minutes, and at one point Alberta sitting 6.
Line's pretty good.
They only got 1.
Little bit of room if you need.
And then they gave up a steal of a single in 7.
Yep, gotta go now.
So here we sit 5-4 Alberta lead.
Hard, yep, you gotta go, Duke. You gotta go. Yep, you gotta go. You gotta go.
And to the edge of the button tee line. Laycock with his first. Oh, this is interesting. What do you do here, Russ?
I think so.
It doesn't leave a possible double.
Mind you, his draw for 2 is not. I think he just blasts it though.
Right? No, we'd have to be an inch high. So I guess if we're gonna play the perfect shot, we might as well be shot.
Yeah, if I'm on the nose, he just.
I know, that's why I think
if you're anywhere low, yeah.
Guys, you got room to make a nice roll under.
Yeah,
you do. It's there.
Sure.
Okay.
Looks like there's room there. Okay.
Same weight you just threw almost, guys. Just a hair more.
2 choices,
Yeah,
Vic. You can actually
you
can actually just freeze to it and probably get to the low side, which
really
I think would
one,
be safe.
Not the top one.
I think they're worried that Stephen can come down and draw for 2 in this way, so I think they're going to try to move it a little bit. The perfect shot, and I'm not sure it's there, but the perfect shot would be to roll to here and move that yellow one just back here far enough that you sit 2.
Does the freeze line up on that other yellow though?
Sorry?
Slash double if you don't.
Does that do what?
It'd have to be high, eh? I'm just wondering if I got to here.
It might just go there.
That's
fine too.
I'm
okay with both.
It's definitely coming there.
I like getting to the inside, just so draw weight, get to the inside. If the line's perfect, tap it a bit, roll buried.
Is that any easier?
Good shot,
than...
too.
That's good, too, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really, I think that's easier.
I like the freeze. Yeah, the tap is a little bit
It's
scary.
an inch low.
It's getting
Like
pretty
it was
straight.
No, I know. I don't think I would be.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, you didn't see that draw. That's that 4-foot button. Yellow
this
draw
look there?
didn't finish hard.
And I guess if we are on that line,
you want
Yeah,
more to
whatever
draw
you
weight.
like, bud. We like them both.
then it's not there. We just got to do a good job managing the weight.
And he's staring at the clock.
They chewed up so much time in that fifth end.
30 minutes.
Incredible. There's so many rocks in play.
Okay, I like it too. Back 4, back 8.
Let's go, Mark. Stupid hard.
Playing the tap.
Yeah, if you make it, the tap's great because you're sitting 2, but I think this is a harder shot.
Ice it tight and use those sweepers.
So many people still talking about that loss to Brad Gushue
Max?
Back. No.
yesterday when they were sitting 2 on the lid, and Gushue maybe making the shot of the year to pick up the win. And last night responding with a win.
Back line.
Kevin beating
Wind's
his
good.
brother
Back
Jamie.
12.
And now sitting at 4 and 4. Final stone for Alberta.
Whoa.
Here in 10.
Whoa. Yep.
No!
Whoa.
Yep!
Whoa.
Off!
Whoa.
Right off! Right off!
Whoa.
Taking Kennedy and Hebert right out of it. Taking them out of it.
Oh boy. And it's not good enough though. If the double's there. That's why I thought lighter weight, Charles. Just all you do is get that rock to the inside. You didn't have to sit 2.
Double's there, isn't it?
Just didn't get the finish at the end with that weight.
And you're not going to attempt then.
Great double.
It's a little more than half.
Not much. What do you think?
Or
It's there.
3, which is more than enough.
Yeah, it's there for sure. I'm just thinking what weight.
Why don't you still peel?
It's not the easiest, maybe.
Is it more than half or less?
Go have a look, Colton.
Don't you think that's the spot?
2/3?
No, I don't think so.
3/4?
Way less. Let's make sure.
Well, it's going to keep momentum. I think it's 2/3.
Hair over half. I think half, you guys. Don't you agree? Look at that, Steve.
No,
I think it's
over half.
2/3.
Okay.
I think for what I have showing, like if I don't miss the guard by much, it's like really think about what it would
It's
be.
not
to
enough
stick
that
it.
you can see the throw peel, right? Oh yeah.
So
don't you have 2/3?
Yeah.
You're missing a quarter. Let's go, buddy.
So you can hit 2/3.
It's always a good way to look at it. What would you have to hit to stick it on the back when dead nose?
All right.
Boy, that front end is just bouncing down there, and Colton Flash, he's all hyped up.
You'll wait.
Time to settle it down, fellas. Right now, it's Cooey's win. The double's there for the win.
Yep.
Final stone trying to make the double. Kirk Myers, Flash, Dallin Myers on the brush, get it by the guard. Oh my goodness! And it will roll enough. They scrape by the guard to make the double. Saskatchewan picks up the win and hands Alberta a crushing 5th loss.
Oh, is that big? That was big, buddy.
How close. And then enough to spill it out the back of the 8. And for Kevin Cooey, who sees his record now go to 4 and 5. Laycock, Saskatchewan, 6 and 3. So here we go again. 2 draws remaining. Take a look at Team Canada, Saskatchewan at 3 losses. They have it all in their hands now if they can stay there. Quebec's at 4 losses with 1 game to go. BC, Alberta, Manitoba at 5. They're going to need some help. A selfie with a big winner here on a Thursday afternoon. Is there anything like the Tim Hortons Brier?
The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Purex Bathroom Tissue. Purex, 90 years of pure comfort. And by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Here's what's ahead tonight when we join you 8:30 Eastern Time. 4 and 5, Newfoundland Labrador against Quebec at 4 losses, Jean-Michel Menard. Northern Ontario at 9 and 1. They're into that 1-2 with Newfoundland Labrador and trying to maybe hurt the chances of Team Canada. Pat Simmons at 7-3. They've won 5 in a row since making that change. What a day. 2 more round robin draws to go. What a big win for Saskatchewan over Alberta and Kevin Cooey. So till tonight, thank you for joining us. The Tim Hortons Brier here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.